live.
Perfect. And we are live the moment he goes off key. That's perfect.
Great.
Hi, YouTube.
Hello,
Hi.
everybody. Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Get real. Get bent.
Sorry, just replying to Zach. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, Sonia is the person with the lowest potential who was here last week.
Ah,
So you're giving a
Right.
recap.
again.
Previously on Digimon Vortex.
Well, it seems to be my job. Yes.
Yeah, Sonia, you're just the best storyteller. That's the real reason. I just don't
Clearly.
have the potential because I want
Yeah,
you to
Sonia's
read
by
the
far the
recap.
best one.
Well, if you insist. Well, next time, we woke up from a horrible, horrible
You mean last
dream that
time.
was. Wait, let's take. We woke up
Sorry.
and, Fred, come back to me. Yes, we woke up and we saw a big chicken boy. And we decided we didn't like that chicken boy. So we fought that chicken boy. But you see, the chicken boy was no mere chicken boy. He was big chicken boy. Destroy mode.
He was a cock.
Yes, indeed.
I was gonna make that joke, god damn it.
And so we had to combine our holy powers and stuff, and Taisto left, and then he came back, and yeah, there was a whole thing, and yeah, Einari got kidnapped, yeah, and we managed to defeat the big chicken boy, and then we came back to the mansion. Lots of drama, emotional stuff happened. I guess we could go into detail, but let's you know, just watch the episode. It was good. It was good. Some crying
Okay,
happened.
question. What's Pablo's situation, since I wasn't here last time?
He
He
was
exists.
passed out.
Sorry, what?
Was passed out. Sleeping.
Oh,
And
from the...
almost crushed everybody to death with a sleeping Dr. Animal too.
Yeah, when we
right.
came back to the portal.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that, by the way.
Yes, so Kagayaki came and said, Hey, Sonia, shut up.
Wording,
Just-
phrasing.
And so Sonia was like, yeah, I'll trust you. And then Kagayaki's ex-breast friend
Breast?
What?
arrived,
We were test and test.
you know, maybe.
I didn't realise
And-
that he had breasts.
He does now, apparently.
It's
Interesting.
canon!
You can give him whatever you want if you feel like it. And said to Sonia, hey, maybe don't trust that guy actually. You know, see my legs? See? They're not there.
Huh? What?
Shocking. Wow.
See, neither do I.
Dude, that was the
Uh,
worst episode to miss by far.
Maybe. That's a big emotional moment and stuff. And so, Taisto got comforted by Ghostmon and then got some water poured all over him. You know, Ghostmon does stuff. He likes the Black Sea Springs. And yes, Vandemon, Myotismon, whoever, whatever, dub sub, vampire dude, was outside, got everybody outside besides the Candlemon for some reason. They don't get to go outside. They just stay here apparently.
He's considerate.
And-
He leaves the power on for the humans staying in his home.
Don't we have electricity now? Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not there yet. And he goes and saw his people and said, "Hey, people! So I've got this stuff that allow us to break through that barrier. We're a lot. They're mean guys. So I say, we band together, and we beat them up. Beat all of them up. And together we shall rule this land." And blah 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 blah. And so Sonia just pulled out her magical intercom, digital phone, digivice, whatever thingy, to contact everybody to say, "Hey, next episode is going to happen. Don't freak out. But just so you know, so we don't have to spend 10 minutes recapping this like I just did." Whoopsie.
Nice.
Brilliant plan.
You actually did it in under 3 minutes. I'm very impressed. My good
Something I realized was that Mr. Cock asked us to raise our savior, right?
Cock.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe
I
he
think
did.
so.
No,
It's-
he asked you to raise your unique.
No,
Right,
it
right,
wasn't.
right.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Save the world, raise unique. Sure, okay.
No,
Never
because
mind.
only you can do this.
You know-
the future is in your hands now. It wasn't save the world. It was you have a shit ton of responsibility and only you can do it, which is very much unique.
Meanwhile, Pablo is sleeping.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Pablo is
You
asleep
can
in
wake
the
up
basement.
anytime you want.
Pablo slept.
I am sleeping. Do not disturb.
I am also sleeping.
So yeah.
Yes.
Speaking
All the
of
time.
Pablo, then let's start the session on Pablo. Pablo, you wake up in Myotismon's basement, lying
Jesus Christ.
Alright then.
lying on top of Dark Tyrannomon's stomach. He is just coming to as well. His entire body is about the size of the room, and he can't really move very well while he's in his champion form. So he's sort of struggling to get up, but you can get up perfectly fine being on top of him. You realise that you're alone. Everybody seems to have left you behind. Because drama. But you're no longer in the pocket dimension. The last thing that you remember is getting swarmed by 7 copies of Yutomo,
The boy.
the boy. His backpack suffocating you. And then you woke up here.
Alright, so I'm probably gonna assess the situation. You know, Pablo's gonna look around, see if there's an exit or any clues of where he is.
Oh, there's a door, like, quite blatantly
Oh.
there. It's just very hard for you to get to because Dark Tyrannomon's squished up against it.
Oh,
You know,
alright.
it's good that
Oh.
Dr. Renomon just didn't roll over in his sleep, because
Yeah, no, that
no.
would be deadly.
He,
Jesus.
he can't roll over, he's stuck. But if he could probably
Wow.
digivolve back into Gazimon any minute now that he's awake, and realizes that he's stuck.
Okay, so I guess maybe I'd ask Dark Tyrannomon if he knows what's going on. Because I know jack shit.
I know jack shit either. He says this.
Ah, great.
And, he struggles a bit more before the energy delves back into your digivice and he turns back into a Gazimon and plops
Alright,
onto the floor.
that's better. That's better then. There's a door. We should go there, Gazi.
Yeah, I wonder where everyone's gone. It's not like them to leave us behind like this. And the last thing I remember, oh God, I was a table. He puts his hands into his head.
Yeah, that was weird.
Into his
Maybe we
head?
could try, to not remember that. That was a weird day.
I can move again. I have arms and legs. Pablo, I want to run. He runs out of the door and up the staircase into.
God damn it! Wait
Myotismon's
for me,
mansion.
dumbass.
Last one to the kitchens are on there.
Wait, there's the kitchen. Oh, alright, I'm going.
follow Gazimon as he destroys every single table in this house.
Just out of like revenge.
Just out of PTSD.
Fucking
When he sees the table,
PTSD.
karate chop.
Post table stress disorder. Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, but yeah, I'm running out with him. See where we are.
Yeah. So the entire mansion is completely deserted. Like the only things in this mansion are humans, like the scientists and Kageki's dad and Higeki, and the Candlemon that are keeping the place lit up, nice and bright.
Oh, that's helpful. So I guess I'll like walk up to the scientist and maybe ask what's going on, why they wake up in the basement.
I think the first scientist you bump into is like, I don't know, why did you fall asleep in the basement? He says. He's like,
Fuck off.
all the Digimon went to some rally thing. They're out the front. The vampire guy, he's giving some kind of speech. I don't understand what he's saying right now. Yeah, it sounded important.
Thank you, I guess. Let's go, Gassim. Let's see what that's all about.
Cool. So you make your way through the maze that is the mansion to the front door, and as you creak it open, you see Sonia broadcasting with her Digivice. I don't think you've answered your Digivice because you were asleep at the time. And you see Taisto trying to confront Myotismon, but
not being allowed to.
Myotismon is already mid-speech. Okay, he was making his play, and you see Myotismon say, "The revolution is now," and he crashes this ball of bits in his hand, and he grows and grows and grows, and he becomes like taller than skyscrapers would be. And becomes Venom Vandemon or Venom Myotismon, whichever name you want to go by.
Right, I forgot about this little detail.
And,
I don't think about it. It's actually
did you?
good. It's actually good that I don't know jack shit about the last session. It was actually helpful to my character. Method acting.
he is absolutely ginormous. And you also notice that around his now humongous feet are his followers, who have all also digivolved because he's been spreading out the bits between them all. You notice various Digimon from based off of like human myths. You've got two Wegarurumon brothers. You can see like several Dark Dramon. Not Dark Dramon. I always get them mixed up. Devi Dramon. Definitely not Dark Dramon.
Yeah, no, I sure fucking hope not.
You see like a handful of Ghoulmon. There's a Minotaurmon in there. The Dark Lizamon who used to guard the front doors. There's some Porcupamon. There's tons of different like evil, creepy-looking Digimon that he's sort of raised from the shadows.
Yeah.
And you see Venom Myotismon turn and take his first step towards the outside of the dark zone.
Oh shit!
Like he's not going. He's not at the edge. He's like going towards the edge of the dark zone. It's his goal.
Yeah. He's like his first step in the journey to escape.
Yeah, his first step in his revolution, essentially.
Yeah, quite literally a first step.
As he takes,
So I guess
as he takes this first step, his foot slams against the ground, causing what can only be described as the most intense earthquake you've ever felt. And Kageaki, it wakes you up in your bedroom.
I'm Japanese, this is normal.
I'm sorry?
I'm Japanese, this is normal for me.
It's not a normal Japanese earthquake. This is like if there's a Richter scale, this is like 50 on the Richter scale.
I fucking hope not.
I've never felt like a single earthquake.
Instantly
You are aware
vaporized.
that the Richter scale is logarithmic, are you not?
I don't know how the Richter scale works. I'm not gonna lie. It's a big fucking earthquake, bigger than anyone you've ever experienced.
Okay,
before.
yeah, no, that's simple.
I'm pretty sure
That
even a
makes
7 would completely destroy the castle.
Yeah.
It's not an actual earthquake. It's just like the intensity of his foot hitting the ground is like that much that it shakes the very earth that you're sleeping on.
The anime shake.
The chandelier with Candlemon in it above your head shakes and rattles, and the glass smashes in it. And
Yeah, that's like
Candlemon
Richter
okay?
3.
the light in your room gets a little dim as the Candlemon cower, not understanding what's going on.
Oh, fuck. Oh, did you stop? I'm confused.
I was gonna see what you did. You just felt this massive earthquake outside.
Kayaki, like, jumps up, falls back down, grabs his head. He's not in the best condition right now. He's a mess and really, really needed that sleep that he did not get. Oh, fuck.
He got a good hour or something, like while Tyson and
That's
Sonya sulked.
Great.
That's worse than not sleeping. Oh, fuck. Dorman, what's going on?
I don't know. I just woke up too. He's like curled up on the end of the bed. He sprung up as the earthquake happened. He scurries along the ground and looks out of the window, and all that Doraemon can see is a ginormous leg that is very furry and black, standing outside the window, slowly like moving.
Oh, okay, yeah, we have to go. Come on. Oh, I'm not okay.
Knew that, yeah.
So I think Doraemon like opens the window, and Doraemon like sees the others and yells down to them. He's like, "What's going on? We're trying to sleep."
This isn't the time to sleep.
But what's going on? Like, we just woke up.
Just get down here.
Okay, he says this, and he like he like grabs Kageaki by the hand and he's like, "We're going this way," and he like drags you out of the window.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Go, San Lukman, I don't want to die.
Your Digivice glows, he evolves into Sanglutmon, and you teleport down to everybody else.
Okay, Karayaki is absolutely wobbly up there. He's half asleep and he will keep being half asleep for a while. He's a ball of anxiety right now.
So yeah, as Venom Myotismon takes his first step, and the ground shakes and quivers beneath his feet, we see all of his underlings cheer as they charge to try and keep up with him, as his ginormous strides are basically the size of football fields or some other metric. I don't know. He takes pretty big steps, but he's pretty slow, basically.
By the way, I have to ask,
Oh,
did you
wait.
mean that handful of Gulmon you said earlier?
Yes.
Okay, we're dead.
Gulmon is
When you say
Deathmon.
when you say Ghoulmon, do you mean Deathmon, which is an ultimate level Digimon?
No. I'm meaning it's like he looks like a gargoyle. It's probably called Gargoylemon or something. I've
Yeah,
probably got the wrong
Gargoyle,
name.
what?
There's a gargoyle.
Isn't Gargomon a Holymon?
It's Gargomon. It's Gargomon.
Sub names.
It's a
am I
demon
right?
based apparently, sure, whatever, why not?
Yeah, it's Gargoylemon. Yeah, or Gargomon, either one you want to go with. I call him Gargoylemon because Gargomon is What?
Yeah,
the English
getting-
version
get
calls
pretty confused.
Terriermon's
No, that's
champion.
Galgamon. Yeah, Galgamon.
That's Gargamon.
Blame,
Come on.
blame the
there's-
tab.
Yours is Galgamon, and then this is Gargamon.
Gargamon, that's it.
I am blaming the sub entirely for this, okay? It's a travesty. I'm calling him Gargoylemon because that just leads to no confusion at all. But yeah, it's Gargoylemon, sorry, I didn't mean Ghoulmon, my bad.
Deathmon. Deathmon?
Destimon.
Desu?
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so you were saying the Digimon are cheering and racing to get back to Venom Vamdemon.
Yeah, they're basically charging after him. He's like leading the charge of the resolution, and they're just following in his footsteps.
No, wait! So he screams futilely, probably, because
What's going on?
you.
The revolution is
Is there
going
any?
on.
Is there any reaction?
Yeah, you like yell stop, and like no one hears you over the cheers of the crowd and Venom Myotismon's head being miles up into the sky.
I scanned the big fairy boy.
Okay, so real quick, that is Vamdemon. He betrayed us and is now trying to lead an excursion out of the Dark Zone to destroy everything outside, thus proving right what the Vortex Warriors and the Celestial and the Royal Knights and whatnot have already done, which is lock them up down in here. We need to stop it so that they don't prove them right, and that we might actually improve the conditions of their lives down here.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Anyway, we need to catch up, or overtake them, or we're gonna be left behind, and then we can't do anything. So, real quick, we need to go.
Someone try to teleport up to his shoulder so we can talk.
Cool. What's the distance on Sang Lutmon's teleportation? I can't remember what we said it was.
None defined, I think.
It's not defined, yeah, he just breaks his data into particles and goes.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, he teleports and appears on Venom Myotismon's shoulder.
Stop!
You took me with me. You took me with you, right?
If you didn't say anything, no.
No, take me with you.
Communication is important and I am half dead right now.
So you just yell stop in his ear.
Yeah, stop!
And why should I?
Because this is only going to cause more problems.
I only see this as an absolute win. We're finally going to get the justice that we deserve and be able to live on the surface again.
That's what we are trying to do. In a peaceful manner, so that can actually work as a long-term solution.
I'm sorry, but so long as the Celestials, there will never be peace.
We'll fucking deal with that. We just have our hands tied with the Sorceremon trying to end the world. Like, we would be focusing on that if not for those assholes, okay? We've already managed to mend relations between virus and non-virus in a few places. We're going to keep working on that. But then we found out the Sorceremon are trying to fucking end the world or some shit. So we had to focus on that. And this is really not a good time for me to be talking. But please, stop. Even if what you are trying to do works, it will be a short-term solution at best. You will be proving them right, and in the best case scenario, if it goes exactly how you want it to go, you will just reverse the roles and end with the other side revolting again later down the line. Please don't do this.
I think Myotismon like smirks when you say that. It's like, the roles aren't going to reverse, Kagiaki. The Celestials are going to pay for what they did. To me, to my people. But they're not going to be trapped in the Dark Zone. No. they're better off dead. The
That's
world will
not
see it that way. Once we take our rightful spots back, and they're gone, the world will be a much better place. Trust me.
No, please listen to me. We are trying to help. You would be our priority for helping if... Okay then. You would be our priority for helping if not for the Sorcerimon. They are the only reason we are not specifically focusing on mending relations right now.
I am alive again. What happened?
Please,
Kagaki is trying to talk to Venom Vandemon.
give
Doesn't
us...
work.
Give us more time. There is a reason we went through the trouble of managing a way to actually cultivate the land here. It was so you could survive in actual better conditions until we can make it so you can go out. We are just asking you for more time. Please, trust us, don't do this.
Could you roll to provoke him?
Someone should have picked standing up for something.
Too bad.
Lovely.
I mean, he
Oh,
has
lovely.
-2 to the roll because of his conditions and stuff.
Yep. That is a 6. Anyone want to help?
Not that bad, actually.
We can't. We're not there. So no.
I do level up though.
Hey, what
Silver
are you gonna take?
lining.
I wonder which one you're gonna take.
That's a good fucking question, actually.
I've forgotten. What does cold and cruel do?
I just sit on someone.
Oh, that's basically what you already do.
Weird fetish.
I try to be kinder, okay? Fucking... I might as well rearrange my labels, I guess. Actually, do I want to rearrange my... Can I rearrange my labels into the same spots but give 1 + 1?
No, you have to rearrange at least 2 of them.
At least 2 of them. In that case, let's just rearrange. Reckless changes with kind. And superior gets a +1.
Okay.
And this would have worked if this roll was 1 roll later.
Yeah, if only you'd leveled up a roll earlier.
Yeah. Would you classify that you were set up for success here, or
What do you mean, sorry?
no? Don't mind me. Just answer the question.
Were you asking Kagiaki or me, sorry?
I was asking Ellie.
Okay, cool.
What do you mean, set up for... I don't understand the question.
Whatever. Continue.
So,
Okay.
Venom Vandemon, was it?
I missed it by 1.
I think what Venom Myotismon does is when you say, like, please stop, we can talk through this. He says, I have spent the last 50 years of my life trapped in this hellhole. Yes, I made a name for myself, but that doesn't mean that everyone lived the life of luxury that I did, and I want that for everyone. Can't you see that so long as we're trapped in this dark area, no matter how much you improve upon it, it'll never measure up to the real thing, to freedom, the ability to go wherever we want, whenever we want, to just be Digimon.
Wait,
And he says, I'm sorry, but this is the only way. And he reaches up and grabs you off of his shoulder and places you very gently onto the ground. and says, I don't want to hurt
Okay,
you.
good.
You've proven time and time again that you aren't against virus-type Digimon. And I respect you for that. And he stands back up tall and says, but this must be done for the sake of our future, for the sake of our children, and for the sake of our lineage. We must break free. It's what Gulfmon would have wanted. And he takes another step forward. Everyone else following after him. We see a couple of people get the wrong end of the stick. You see some Minotaurmon charging towards you, Kagayaki, thinking that you're trying to get in his way, and he's like, it's their job to stop you, but they're getting the wrong end of the stick, I think. And they start charging towards you. What does everybody else do?
I would think that we're on our way to also overtake the army going on, riding on the Digimon that we have, and overall just trying to make our way to some place where we might be able to stop them. But I don't think we have a plan just yet, since all Kagayaki was able to do was, make him more angry or more resolute.
Kayaki always
I
helping
really need
so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Kagayaki. What are you gonna do next? Take away his legs?
Oh,
How dare you
interesting.
insinuate that you will take away his ability to lift with his knees?
The business!
All right then. Thanks, I guess.
To be fair, it's not a bad plan.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, that is
Poor
the best
Venom by
idea
out
we
this
have
one.
so
Like,
far.
he's just trying to do what's best, and you're wanting to permanently put him in a wheelchair.
Yes.
I'm trying to talk!
Well, under the wheelchair, maybe just stuck in the floor.
We
would be
need
better.
I think Thais should start carrying around a soap box just for occasions like this. But yeah, we're on our way to the front of the army. We're gonna be riding the different Digimon that we have available. Sonia has Sheepmon. Thaisa could maybe hopefully piggyback on Dark Tyrannomon, and then someone's holding the cord to Zachary, who is T-posing in the air like a balloon.
Seeing more links on Dark Tyrannomon, but good plan.
Okay. Well, can I get a ride on Lynxmon then?
Do
Oh,
you
no,
enjoy
can
having
you?
skin?
No. Oh no, man.
I thought
Can
for
you?
sure that you'd be riding on Flame Wizardmon's broomsticky matchstick thing
Yeah.
that he flies on.
That sounds weird out of context. Please don't say that ever again. No one riding any broomsticks to it.
Only you need to get your mind out of the gutter, Pablo.
Yeah.
By the way, are we at this point aware that Pilomon used to be Galfmon? Have we actually been informed?
Question mark.
Hmm.
No, wait. We might be because of all the thing that that one guy did.
Peresmon?
Pelasmon.
Perhaps. Sonia might have an inkling, considering all of these visions, at least, but...
And the nightmares of you being a giant, terrifying monster.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically what Venom Vandermon's become.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah. Yeah, you can ride on Link's Montice too.
Thank you.
And then they both burnt to a crisp.
I'm wondering...
Yeah, I really hope this isn't like, like Rapidash in Pokemon and it burns everyone except the owner. So that would be horrific.
I'm wondering from Sonia's perspective what she's feeling right now. Because, again, on the one hand, destroying everything and being bad in general is not good. But on the other hand, they have a point. They've been stuck in this dark zone for ages. They've been oppressed. They've been told they can't do anything. They've been discriminated against. They're only trying to get back to where they should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also got that, like, the backstory visions of like Gulfmon doing this previously. I want to know like what's going through Sonia's mind right now as she sees this revolution start again. And also, what would be going through Pillamon's mind potentially?
Oh, through Pillamon's mind. Good question.
No thoughts get empty.
Yeah, I'm a pillow.
No thoughts had empty.
I'd say Pillamon would have would probably be first stressed out by all of that, what's happening right now, because it all seems so familiar, and yet with all of these adventures that she got and stuff, she started to believe that this wasn't the right path. She isn't sure why exactly, but she knows she's scared by all of this, and but also she might be a bit closer to remember what she felt like since she evolved into Sleepmon recently, and might be like, yeah, they really don't deserve what's happening to them right now, and they don't seem to be bad guys, but she doesn't know what's right or wrong really, because she's looking for guidance through Sonia, which is right now a bit of a mess as well, because she did herself some things that weren't so good, and she's been told that what she's been doing wasn't so good. And well, she really wants to guide people, but she really doesn't know where to start with all of this, because she feels like her plans backfired really bad. So, and she's just mostly confused and by herself right now. Like, she wants to do something, but then again, if she did something, it might make things worse, and all of this turmoil going on.
Mm-hmm. But you're still, are you flying on the back of Sheepmon still towards the danger? Or...
Yeah. I'm not staying behind, but I'm going with the guys to see if they have a plan, maybe, because they seem to have a plan sometimes. So
cool.
maybe
So
Sonia's just...
Sheepmon pulls up alongside Lynxmon and Flame Wizardmon, and like you start to discuss like what the fuck you're gonna do.
At the same time, Kagayaki gets pummeled by the Minotaurs because he is in no condition to watch his surroundings.
I mean, I'm pretty
Well,
sure San Luke is.
Kagayaki.
I mean, you could always just, tell us that you're in trouble. But meanwhile, what we should do is we should try and see if there's some way we can cut them off and maybe prevent them from, I don't know, going forward. Maybe we could set up some kind of a wall or some other hindrance that forces them to stop, and then we could maybe try and talk some sense into them.
But he seems to be really big. I'm not sure how we could stop this guy. I mean, how tall of a wall do you want?
Well, we might not be able to cut him off, but we should be able to cut off his army.
Maybe.
Taisto, it sounds like you're assessing the situation.
No, please don't make me assess the situation. Whatever you do, please don't make me assess the situation.
It sounds like you are, though. Like, it's what you're doing, and to do it, you do it, you know?
No.
You really need to raise that superior.
Eyes. Yeah, so it was -3 is the worst that it can be, right?
Yeah, -3 is the worst it can be,
yes.
and +4 is the best it can be.
3.
Okay, so
3.
you start looking around to try and figure out like what you can use as a wall, and you remember you're in the Dark Zone. It is a completely like barren wilderness filled with like scrap metal and junk. Like the only things that you could use to like make a wall that high. It would take you weeks to build, if that. I think that makes you feel hopeless in the situation that you're in. I'd like you to mount that condition. I think, like, as you're discussing it as well, one of the Wergarurumon jump up and try to claw you down. What do you guys do? Like, he's mid jump, like he gets his claws ready. It looks like he's about to Kaiser nail.
Ooh.
Excuse me, it's actually Wolf Claw.
Now.
All right, let's see. Well, we're not gonna take that. So there's the one.
If we take that, it will prove to them that what we are doing is wrong. If anyone actually sees it.
No. So you're telling me that there's a Wergarurumon that's trying to Kaiser nail us from the backs of the running. What is this song?
This song is a song from Solitaire.
Song kicks ass. It's fine.
The song kicks my ass, actually. It's that good.
It sounds much more jazzy and upbeat than it should be.
Yeah, no, May doesn't fit, but it's very good.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, fuck it.
Anyway, it's time to get in on the action then. So as soon as Taisto becomes threatened by this Kaiser nail, I think Flame Wizardmon would jump physically in the way and deliver a powerful backhand smack with the matchstick staves to create an explosion that blast the Wergarumon out of the way.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat. Sorry, I got my words middle up there. And do so with disadvantage because he's an ultimate level Digimon and you're a champion level Digimon.
I was hoping that you wouldn't remember that. Let's see real quick. No. Okay. Yes.
Unless you want,
correct.
unless
What?
Unless you want preemptive help from the rest of the party. If you make it a 3-on-1 fight, it becomes even and it won't be with disadvantage anymore. But they have to spend their team early.
Nah, it's fine. I got this in the bag. He says and fails, but that's cute. No, I don't fail. It's an 8.
Isn't it a
So
9? Oh no, it's an 8. It's an 8. Sorry, yeah,
no, it's
I'm
an 8.
adding wrong.
It's an 8. Yes. It's an 8, and I would like to resist or avoid their blows, obviously. So as Wergarumon is coming down from the air, Flame Wizardmon backhands him with the matchstick staff, and there's an explosion of fire that sends Wergarumon flying out of the way, and then the sparks go out, and there's a cool shot that zooms in on Flame Wizardmon's face as he gives a smirk to Taisto, like telling that he's got his back.
I'm just imagining this like cool guys don't look at explosions moment where he like bats him out of the way and then explodes behind him.
Oh, of course, yes. Totally.
Trying to look as cool as possible. Yeah, cool. So Wergarurumon goes flying. Meanwhile, Kageyaki, you are being mauled by Minotaurmon. What are you doing? There's 2 of them. One of them's hanging back while the other one's like closing the gap between you and him.
Can you not? This... Fuck. Someone teleport away.
Cool, where do you teleport to?
What's the worst that could happen? I teleport back up to Venom.
Roll to unleash your powers to do it before the Minotaurmon can hit you.
Lovely. Okay, that's a +1. Yes, it is. That's a 9.
Cool, you managed to do it, but it's either unstable or temporary in some way, i.e. you're going to be threatened by some danger again later on, or you can mark a condition and just do it. Not that you can mark a condition because you're fully tapped out. So you can feint.
I can mark it. I can feint to make it permanent. God, the value of that is perfect. I feint.
Sorry, you could make that out because I think your microphone went really muffly there. Did you say you want to feint, or did you just say that?
Yes, the mean value there is perfect. I teleport up to his shoulder, and then stay there firmly fainted.
Cool, so you teleport up to his shoulder and fall asleep. That was sheer exhaustion. And Sangloopmons, they're like, Kageyaki! Kageyaki! What's wrong, Kageyaki? And you're just there like, no, I don't want to wake up yet more. It's the weekend.
Oh, it is not so peaceful.
Oh yeah, actually it's, no, my legs!
That is exactly it.
How can I live with my knees if you do this to me? No. Yeah, you teleport up to Venom Myers on my shoulder, and he probably finds you very annoying, screaming in your sleep, while Sangloopmon worries about you. Okay, so we'll cut back to the trio on the ground.
Can someone at least ask him to make his army stop attacking us?
Ground pleb.
Can someone at least ask him to make his army stop attacking us?
Yeah, sure. You can control Sangloopmon. So what does Sangloopmon say?
Kagayaki? Okay. Vandemon, can you ask your army to not attack us right now? Please.
My army's only attacking you because you're trying to get in my way. If you backed off and let me do my revolution, I'm sure they would understand.
But we are trying to resolve this peacefully and they are attacking us.
And as I said, peace is never an option in these situations anymore.
He said the thing, guys. He said the thing.
We live in a society.
Laugh now.
Okay. Listen, okay? I understand where you're coming from more than you think. I have been through a lot of not good things in my past as well, and I know exactly where the path of violence leads. It is not pretty. Please, at least try and talk to them before you continue going forward with this.
I think because you rolled your provoke failed earlier and the situation hasn't really changed a lot, I don't think his mind really gets changed. I think he says, did they give us a chance to talk? Did they ask us if we were actually doing anything wrong? Did they ever put us on trial? No. They just threw us in here and threw away the key.
No, they didn't, and I have been through the same thing in my past. But the kids are trying to help.
I don't need their help unless they're going to join the revolution. I've given you a chance. Leave now, or else, he says, and he looks at his shoulder and gives this intimidating glare at Sangloopmon that says, like, go away or I will stomp on you.
Sangloopmon looks at Kagayaki, grits his teeth, and says, if I let you do this, then all their work trying to fix the situation will have been for naught. I cannot betray the people who have worked this hard.
I think Venomiotismon's size, and because of his size, when he does sigh, there's a lot of sighs in this sentence. The air and the wind that comes from his mouth is like a big gust of wind that picks up the sand and buffets it across the wilderness. And he says, "I admire your resolve." And he immediately swats down on his shoulder. I would like you to take a powerful blow, please.
Time for some movement to also be out, because lo and behold, my dearies. What is a 15?
Oh boy. Oh boy, can we
Ouch!
can we have the roll?
Ouch! Pick one of your worst options on the take a powerful blow move.
Yeah, okay, he's out of the situation.
Cool. So we see like the hand lift up from the shoulder, and there's just a Dorumon stuck to it, desperately protecting Kagiaki with his body as much as he can, but also unconscious. And then Venomiotismon just like flicks you onto the ground.
Wee.
And he grits his teeth, and he has this look on his face of, I didn't want to do that, but I did what I had to do. And I think he and his army are now nearing the edge of the Dark Zone. You're running out of time to do anything. Taisto, Sonia, Pablo, what are you going to do? You've just seen Kagiaki and Dorumon get crushed, basically.
I mean, I don't think there's anything we can do. I think at this point we just need to let them go, right?
No,
this is
no, we
beyond
need to
our-
stop them.
No,
We need to
no.
stop them. We need to stop them.
I
If
knew
we
that
go-
would
if we
say
get-
that.
If we get in front of them, we could use our Digimon's powers to create a wall of fire that they can't pass.
I
And
feel
that
like-
should stop them for a second.
Yeah, for a second, sure. Sure, Fireboy.
Well, do you have a better option?
No, I have no options. Yours is by default the best one.
I mean, there is a holy powered person sat right next to you. What? Who said that?
What?
Okay, fair
No,
I have no idea what you're on about.
Ooh, what are you talking about? No, there's no one here. It's just two guys. No one else.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not even in this episode, so.
Oh wow.
Sav. That's Sav.
Savage.
Okay.
I didn't mean it that way.
But yeah, maybe we can, stop them with the wall of fire, and then maybe we can convince some of the Digimon that are following him to not do that.
Yes, and no matter what, we need to make sure that they don't threaten the safety of others. We need to stop them. By that, I mean that Taisto's face changes from like he's been pretty serious up until now, but there's like a new shade of seriousness as he puts on his game face that like this
50
is
Shades of Taisto.
serious.
Yeah.
Because this is serious now, and he becomes really angry as well at this whole stupid situation.
Alright, let's do it.
Can someone pick up the dead body of Kagayaki?
No.
No, that's gross. Shut up.
I'm afraid that body is all over the place, so no.
At this point, he's just mush. You don't even body.
Goodbye.
But yeah,
Finally.
what I think that we should actually just real quick.
Real
Don't
quick,
mind this,
what?
please. Just making sure. Okay, that's good enough for me. Thank you.
But what?
Don't
Sorry,
mind
what?
it. Don't mind it. Don't mind it.
Alright.
Yeah. So
Fireboy.
what should happen next is that There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Taisto
I'm
and
very scared of what he's doing. Someone please help.
I just wanted to see if I should go with the this succeeds or this fucking fails version of what I'm about to do next. I think what happens is that Pablo and Taisto need to overtake the army. Like we're pretty fast and they're in a group, so we should be able to do that. And as we overtake them and get in front of them, or somewhere between maybe between the army and Venom Vandemon. I don't know. I don't really know where they are together. Taisto jumps down in front of the army and faces the oncoming army head on.
Oh, music swap.
The music
I'm
swap.
well
Yes,
aware that. Jesus.
As he knows that if this is gonna fail, they're gonna trample and murder him. And as he does so, as he stands by resolute to make sure that they will be able to, hopefully be able to stop them even for a second, just enough for Dice to get on his soapbox and try and stand up for peace.
He's more high
and
horse.
whatever.
Yeah.
I think Daisto's Digivice lights up, and Flame Wizardmon evolves to, in a bright flash of flame and evolution light, into Mistymon, and then that was the role. That's what the role was for. By the way, I wanted to roll if I could actually
Oh, yeah, you got
evolve or
fucking
not.
perfect roll, man.
And with the flourish of the cape that Mistymon has, he shoots the orb that he has in front of him, and fiery runes starts flaring up next to it as Mistymon tries to lay down a spell that would cause a wall of fire to encircle the army and impede their progress just enough for them to, maybe, hopefully listen to some sense.
Roll to unleash your powers, Toaster.
Thank you.
Wait, did you say
I'm actually decent at this nowadays.
I'm not
Potential,
gonna lie,
potential,
Toaster,
potential.
your microphone cut out there when you said thank you, and it sounded like you said like fuck you, but the fuck was censored.
Fuck
It was like
you, man.
it was like fuck you.
Damn.
I said
Savage.
thank you.
It's like
Thank you,
roll to unleash your powers. Fuck you.
I'm not gonna do that. Fuck you.
I was like
Okay,
rude.
well, let's see. Let's see where this is going. So, yeah. Okay. Would you say that this is an insurmountable obstacle that I'm trying to barrel through? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, that's right. 8.
That's
Yes.
tight, that's
Fucking
fine.
yes. Oh yes.
Cool. So on an 8,
I got an 8.
You do it, but it's unstable or temporary. In this case, when you do it, Venom Vandemon won't be trapped, but his army will be. Or you can mark a condition, and Venom Vandemon will be impeded as well.
I don't think there's any realistic sense where Venom Vandemon would actually be impeded by this, so I think it's just going to be temporary or unstable in this manner. So what I think happens is that as Mistymon finishes up with his with the mystical movements of his hands and crosses his arms or scissors his arms in front of him, the runes around his orb flash out and spread. And behind them, there's a line of fire in both directions to the horizon, as far as the eye can see, and a massive wall of fire burst up from the ground. At least for now, just for now.
Cool. So a massive wall of fire erupts from the ground, and the soldiers that Venom Vandemon has gathered together recoil into the flames. And they take a step back. Venom Vandemon takes a step over the fire. And he then looks back and sees his army impeded. And he booms out with his voice across the wilderness to you. Don't get in my way. I don't want to hurt you. I'd rather settle this like gentlemen if we can. But if I must fight, I will. And as I've said to your friend, he like motions to the broken Kagiaki in the backfield, who's very much alive. I did restrain myself quite a bit. As I mentioned to him, we never had the chance to talk to the Celestials. We never will get the chance to talk to the Celestials and be free of this rotten place where no light shines and nothing ever grows. This is the only path to salvation. I want you to realize that. I don't want you to be my enemy. But if you're not with me, and you're not leaving my army and myself alone, then you're against me. The choice is yours.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. No, wait. Where was I going? All right.
It's over, Taisto. I have the high ground.
Don't try it. Yes. So let's see. This is actually a pretty poor choice for this. There we go. All right. So is this really what your real thoughts are, Venom Vamdemon? You would threaten us? Haven't we been helping you all this time?
As far as I'm concerned, we've had mutual benefit in our relationship. You've helped me and I've helped you. It was a very reasonable transaction. I don't owe you anything, he says. I'm giving you a chance.
That's right, you don't owe us anything. But you do owe them. President points at the army behind him. I think they're behind him at this point, right? Yes.
Yeah, the army would be just behind him.
Yeah. Think,
Venom Yasman, think.
think. This. Do the one thing that you actually gave up on when you evolved. Do that. Anyway, yes. You have to understand that we are actually on your side. We are here. No, we are not getting in your way because we want you to fester in this place forever. Or we're not here because we want to see you suffer. We're not trying to stop you because we think that you should be forever condemned to live in the dark zone. Because we don't. We are here to stop you because what you're trying to achieve is antithetical to what you are actually doing at this moment. You are trying to destroy the digital world. You want to take away from those who live in the better lands what they have been doing there forever. And why do you think that should succeed? Jesus Christ, I should have this.
I think Venom Myotismon retorts and says, our intention is not to destroy the digital world, but to live among it, Taisto.
And we share that goal.
We are not evil. We want to destroy our oppressors.
If you attack now, then yes, actually you are evil. You are confined in here because the outsiders are afraid of you. They fear that if they let you out, you would go out and destroy them. And if you do exactly that, is exactly what you're doing right now. If you do it, you prove them right. We came here and we want to help you because we know the truth. We know that you are not evil. We know that you are oppressed. You've been mistreated. You've been horribly confined and trapped and imprisoned here wrongly. And we want to fix that. We are here to fix that. That's our job. We're the chosen ones, and it's our job to help you. But what you're doing right now, it makes that impossible. You have to understand that if you attack outside, you will prove the Celestial right, you will prove the Royal Knights right, you will prove everyone who lives outside right that you cannot be trusted, that you're dangerous, and that you need to be feared.
But our intention isn't to attack the outside world. Our intention
Yes, it
is to attack.
That's exactly what
Our intention is to destroy our oppressors, the Celestials, and our intention is to attack the remaining Vortex Warriors who put us in here and kept us in here. The rest of the world has nothing to do with it. If they stand in our way, then so be it. But they are not our enemy, Taisto.
And what do you think is going to happen when you waltz out of the Dark Zone into the outside world? Everyone sees that the Dark Army of was it Golfmon? Yes, the Dark Army of Golfmon, the successor of Venom Vandemon.
Just forgets the enemy midway through. That part of the speech is like he periodically leaves the fucking... gets away from the mic.
Oh, sorry. Am I actually doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, you were doing that on...
Oh.
I don't know if it was on purpose, but it was funny
I'm
as
sorry.
fuck.
I've been pacing because it helps me think. Let's see if I can fix that. Anyway, yes. Where was I? Right. If you attack now, everyone will see that the Dark Army of Golfmon's successor Venom Vandemon is here, and they will fight because they're afraid of you. Let us help you. We will go to the Celestials, we will go to the Royal Knights, we will go to the ends of the digital world to see you get your justice. But you have to let us do that on our terms, on peaceful terms, because without it, you will have nothing. If you crush the Celestials, you will raise the entire rest of the digital world against you, and there will be nothing but endless bloodshed that will destroy anything you hope to gain by attacking and conquering outside of here. You have to see that, right?
Could you stand up for something?
Yes, thank you, please.
Also,
I was waiting for that for 10 minutes.
Also, I want to explain the reason why standing up for something in this context probably won't affect Venom Vandemon, but will affect his army.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
The reason it won't affect Venom Vandemon is because his core drive is to take revenge on the Celestials. And he won't do anything that's against that. It's like that's the sole thing that pushes him forward is that. But his underlings, they probably just want like to live a normal life, and if they can achieve that peacefully, then they'll listen to you, basically.
All right. Yes, I will pick. It was an 11. I pick. Listeners can't keep doing what they're doing, obviously. And I will pick. Can't flee without addressing us. I can't attack you without losing status or position. I'm going to pick listeners can't flee without addressing us, or me, rather. Because I don't actually want to stop Venom Vandem for attacking us, because, oh no.
Well, it wouldn't stop Venom Vandemon, really. It would stop his underlings, but yeah. Okay, so you've chosen.
Okay, well in that case, okay, in that case, they can't attack us without losing status or position.
Okay, cool. So, the impeded army stops. They start mumbling amongst themselves, like you hear whispers of, wait, does this actually mean that we're as bad as they say that we are? No, we've been trapped here against our will. They've put us here like out of spite. And it's like, no, but then if we go out there and attack people, we'll prove them right. And everyone's like in like murmuring states and slowly coming round to your point of view. And you see like Venom Myotismon's face crumple into a scowl as he booms, "Don't let them sway you! What lies outside these walls is ours for the taking. Why do you hesitate?" he says to his younglings. And they all look up and see this terrifying monster that will probably step out of the Dark Zone and wreak havoc when people start attacking him. And they suddenly realize maybe this isn't the best course of action. Maybe the Digidestined can do this peacefully. Maybe we should listen to the scary people that we've been told would kill us but haven't. And suddenly that opinion of you guys, of you being the murderers that have come to exterminate them, it completely dissipates. Like, they no longer have that worry. And they put their fate in your hands, Taisto. You see
No pressure.
the Were Garurumon brothers, who used to be the Black Garurumon. They kneel in front of you, and they say,
Wow.
"If you can lead us to salvation without us having to fight, then I'm all for it." "Yeah, me too," says the other one. And you see Venom Vandemon like actively scowl, and he goes, "Fools." And he steps over the fire, and his head pierces the edge of the Dark Zone. If you want something done right, do it yourself.
He's just the biggest meme lord of them all. Like,
He says as he puts on the Infinity Gauntlet. What? He says that.
Actual supervillain.
Then I think the next shot that we get is an image of Venom Myotismon tearing through the boundaries of the Dark Zone. The bright sunlight cascading onto his face for the first time in 50 years. Even though he's a vampire, doesn't really hurt him. And he steps out onto a world that he hasn't set eyes on in a very long time. We see his overarching figure cast a massive shadow that makes the forest surrounding the dark area almost as dark as the Dark Zone. This shadow is cast across the entire forest and over Digimon's village. And we see him take in the beauty of the world as a tear trickles down his cheek and drops down and splooshes into a lake beneath him. And he takes his first step into the digital world. What's everyone else doing? I want to hear from Pablo and Sonia, because we haven't heard from them really yet in this confrontation.
well, time to bust out our biggest speech, right, Pablo?
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Huh?
Yeah, you start the speech. Come on.
Murder is bad.
You guys do that. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Nice. Nice. Who cares about the huge fucking demon?
So, what should we do? He's gonna. Oh boy.
We can't do much to him. Most we can do is like inconvenience him, and we clearly can't like convince him. So I don't know.
Right.
Maybe we can like annoy him enough to buy us time. I mean, I'm great at being annoying. So
Could I have a Deus Ex Machina vision like I like to have?
nice.
Sure,
Nice,
yeah. Spend 2 balance to use Divine Inspiration.
Oh,
What would you...
a plot.
a plot
You want to peek at the
device.
script?
What are you wanting to know? What kind of vision are you wanting to have? Like, what about?
I'll remove the Divine Inspiration for now. I want to know if he keeps on going like this, what is going to happen? Because maybe he's right. Maybe they will listen to him. Maybe everything will work out. So I want to see his plan carried through. Like,
So
Bataillon.
what happens if his plan is carried through?
yes.
We all die.
Okay. So you see a vision
Don't say okay.
of I think you see firstly you see the village that Digimon was looking after, like completely flattened, demolished. There's nothing there.
I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that.
You see a world that is barren, desolate, dead,
Wow.
but at the center of it all isn't Myotismon. Because no matter what happens here, there's a greater threat. At the center of this horrible catastrophe, you see a very, well, it's familiar to the audience, it's not familiar to you, giant purple ball of data leaking miasma
Balls.
out all over the place. And sat at the center of that ball is a very familiar Digimon. At the center of that ball is Metal Greymon Virus X antibody.
Wow.
Wait, what? What?
He got promoted.
Fucking body shamers always in power.
And he's growing and changing and digivolving. But before you can see what to, your vision ends. You may ask me one question truthfully. One question and I will answer it truthfully.
Multiple things. That sucks. I'll ask, because that seems more important. What's the fastest way to bring Vandemon to our side, probably?
The fastest way to bring him to your side would be to defeat the Celestials.
And I can't ask where they are now. Well, that was just. Can I change my question? Can that be the question?
I mean, you'd assume that Celestials are like angels, so they'd probably be somewhere in the digital world sky.
Maybe. Well. Okay. So, good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
We lost Pablo. Pablo died.
Pablo, no.
He is going through power outages. He feels well about it.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Well, just me. So,
Pablo is
I'll-
just suddenly deposing.
Pablo, what do we do?
He just snaps into a T pose as he's about to answer, and there's.
Also,
Suddenly
that
becomes
I think we should
Digimon. Why does this whole
Great idea, Pablo. Let's T-pose it in.
So, okay, Sonia will fly around to Venom Vandemon, go outside. Can we go outside, actually? Because we needed Digimon's help
can.
to go. We can
We needed Digimon's head. Needed help to get in, right?
get in.
You need help to get in, but to leave, you can just
Okay.
leave freely.
Convenient.
Unless
Or
you're
as well in virus
unless
types.
you're a virus type Digimon, ironically, which technically means Pablo can't leave.
Perfect timing, this.
Oh right, and actually I can't.
Pablo
leave
just
either,
walks
because
face
Misty
first into the barrier, and Sonia comes out the other side, not realizing that's happened.
Oh,
Rip.
Mistymon can't leave either, right? Yeah, that's actually
Yeah,
true.
Mistymon's virus, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, it is.
He
No,
would,
I've checked.
but you're
I've checked.
you're aware that it's the necklaces that Myotis once given his underlings that allow you to pass through without that check.
Right. Okay.
So you could probably
right.
ask for one.
But Sonia.
Sonia.
Yes, right. So she's going to fly to Venom Vandemon towards where his head is, mouth. I don't know if his real head is the crotch mouth or if he's been talking to the real head for this whole time.
He's
I
been
don't know
talking through his head rather than his.
Yeah,
his
it's
stick
less
head.
awkward that way. Yeah. Mr. Vandemon, sir. Yes. So, you're angry, and I really get you. I'm not going to tell you to stop like my companion here because, well, I'm not even sure if you're. I have no reason to believe you're wrong, but I actually really want to see that those celestial angels as well, to have a few words with them. But it seems, even with this, there's going to be a lot of issues in our way. I'm not exactly sure what that was or where that is. But there's some really big evil Digimon that will destroy everything if we don't do anything to stop them. And if the Celestials are up and trying to fight you instead of trying to fight that big threat I saw, it might cause some problems. So maybe we could try and figure that one out to save the people first, and maybe we will all help you and try to fight those mean Celestials if they don't listen to you. Okay? Maybe we can team up instead, right? Also, pay attention where you walk. I wouldn't want you to flatten some villages that might be around.
Could you roll to provoke him? But Sonia, just so you're aware, I have written down here from last episode that you took a whispers of doubts from me, and we never had a roll. So you will have to roll as if you had a whispers of doubt.
Exactly.
Instead
What
of
happened? I left at the Belgramon Virus X.
Okay, so
First
first
line.
attack him, then talk to him.
Okay.
Or you know.
Pablo turned into a T-pose model for a while.
Okay, cool. But I cut off the like Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, so Sonia,
yeah, I had
Sonia had the vision, and then
Yeah, it was still Greymon in it. That's
Yeah.
what I remember.
yeah, and then the vision ended because he was evolving, and we didn't want to see who he evolved into.
Cool.
Then she's flown up in front of Venom Vandemon and said, "I don't think what you're doing is wrong. I'm not going to ask you to stop, but if you're fighting the Celestials, something much worse is going to happen to the digital world. Let's try and stop that instead, and prove that you're a good guy." And then she's going to make a roll, but I already wrote down from last session that she took Whispers of Doubt without actually making a roll for it, so the Whispers of Doubt roll is now. So I want to know
Minus one.
So not that much happened at
what do
least.
those Whispers of Doubt look like for Sonia?
So, since she knows what happened last time, a big, huge Digimon tried to bring happiness the way it thought would be the best, I guess, and how well that turned out. She's not convinced she can try and reason with Venom Vandemon or try to stop him if he ever decides to snap sometime and decide, actually, you know what, no, I'm evil now. So she isn't really sure if that's going to work at all. But yeah, that's this. And will that affect the roll? Would I have influence over Vandemon?
No.
Cause not even a little bit. Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if I hadn't had that Whispers of Doubt thing, that would have been an 8, I think. Maybe not. Maybe minus. No, a 9. Oof, what a 9.
Let me just have a think about what he's gonna do. One moment.
That's a bad roll. Can you all give me friendship powers?
No.
Oh, friendship is dead.
I mean, you're the only one that's come through the barrier because
I am dead.
Pablo and Taisto are trapped behind the barrier, and Kageaki is currently unconscious with a lot of broken
Dead.
bones. But yeah, I think Venomytismon doesn't listen to you. I think when you start speaking and saying something much worse is going to happen and all this kind of stuff, I think what happens is sorry, I keep wanting to say Sleepmon, but it's not Sleepmon. What? Sheepmon. Sorry, they're so similar.
Yeah.
I think Sheepmon, recognizing what's happening is what originally they were going to do in their past life. I think realizing that they lose control of themselves in a terrible way.
Oh.
And I think the darkness within Pillarmon comes out. Its shadowy figure erupting from around Pillarmon as the stress of the situation gets to her.
Okay.
It envelops you and her in a shadow almost as tall, in fact, probably as tall as Venom Vandemon, in the shape of Gulfmon. And we hear the shadow talk.
Who could have seen this coming?
We hear the shadow speak once more. And I think it says "Hush now, girl. This one knows the way to a true future, where the entire world can link arms and be friends. Don't try to stop him." And you see Sheepmon struggling on the inside, tears rolling down its cheek. Is it struggles against its past and its present and its commitment to you, but also its commitment to its friends in the Dark Zone. This evil shadow is overcoming and overwhelming you as well, Sonia. You're being affected by his mood, and you feel this overwhelming sense of purpose that stopping this would be wrong. Does Sonia accept the influence of the darkness within Pillarmon, which would raise her reckless and lower her kind?
But I can't raise my reckless.
In which case you would mark a condition.
Oh, you're so mean.
This sure is going to fucking shit, eh?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
It's a very interesting episode. Because
Wait a
it's less
second, what?
fighting than I thought.
Sonia, you have +3 reckless. What?
I don't know if I'm gonna get to what I planned.
Yeah, I switched my labels a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it was because of that. Basically, Sonia just tends her labels bad. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
You know, right now, she's already decided that she would go against the Vortex Warriors. She's already kind of miffed about all of this nonsense. maybe usually she would fight it. But I don't think she really like Passover wants to, because she knows how bad people got hurt because of her last outburst, but also she's not fully trusting of them yet. In that same sense, all of those events, those past events, are coming back and swirling around, and all the worst parts that have happened are magnified, and the good parts are probably muffled. So she probably remembers getting yelled at, getting grabbed by the collar by Taisto, getting all those warnings by Igeki, all of those things that happened even before going to the digital world and stuff. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, maybe you're right. After all, if someone worse is going to happen anyway, that means that what we're going to do is not that bad, right?
No.
Sonia,
Padurando adesso.
for the first time ever, could you erase 2 on your balance track for endangering innocence?
Wow, that's the first time.
Oh wow.
Thanks.
Is
Yeah.
that the first time ever? Nightmare
It's the
episode
first time
comes to
that she
mind.
has chosen to endanger innocence. So
Nightmare
Yeah.
episode
Not
comes to mind.
because she's seen that Digimon's village gets destroyed, she's seen that the world goes boom if they do this, and she's going along with it. And I think the last scene we get of Sonia right now is that she gets enveloped by the darkness, and we cut back to Pablo
Edge.
and Taisto on the edge of the dark zone, with their Digimon unable to penetrate the surface because of them being virus type. At least I believe Mistymon's virus type. It doesn't become vaccine, does it, when it evolves to Mistymon?
No,
It's
Mistymon's
virus type,
virus.
Okay, cool.
And it's only virus. We can't even pull something out our ass.
Yeah, no, it's virus. So
Such a nice
the
song
last
to
I
have.
remember, the last I remember was back when the Garuman brothers were basically swearing field. Oh jeez,
Yeah.
were being all moody and such. So I think whatever's happened with Sonia now was happening, I think Taisto was trying to, still knowing that there are people that are Digimon that have doubts about them and such, would try to first comfort them and then, deal with that. Because as far as Taisto knows, Sonia's got this in the bag.
Ha!
Right, Sonia?
In
Right.
what
Right.
planet did you
Now.
think that?
Sonia,
After what's been going on.
who's incredibly emotionally unstable right now, who doesn't have an ultimate level Digimon to protect her, and who's
Yes.
going alone, definitely has this.
Yes,
Taisto.
has this in the bag. Yes, I know.
Definitely.
I know she does. Yes. Anyway,
Let me pull out my gun.
Yes.
Sonia pulls out a Glock and just pops.
Aims on him.
It's like, this is how we do things in the hood.
And then-
I was just gonna say, I just got my little sisters can't leave me if they've got no fucking kneecaps left. Bang bang. Anyway,
Alrighty then.
anyway, I know you guys are scared. I know you're angry that you've been left here by the Celestials, by the world, and I know that you're afraid of us. You've been told your entire lives that we're here to destroy you, but that's not the case. We're here to try and help you because that's our job. At least as far as anyone has explained it to us, that's our job, and we try to stick to it. But right now,
Keyworders try.
what's going on is that Venom Vamdemon is going to undo everything that we would ever try to do to help you, and we need to go and make sure that he doesn't do that, so that everyone knows that you aren't behind this, that you shouldn't be blamed, and that we can build a peace for you and let you out of the dark zone. And I think Mistymon is a virus type, just like you guys, and we kind of need your help getting through the barrier. So if you could give us we need a few of those amulets to go after him, and we'll be we need to go and make sure that you guys have a future to come back to.
I think the Black Garurumon, who you initially spoke to back when he was a Black Garurumon and convinced to leave you alone, respects you enough to just take his own necklace off, hand it to you, and say, "I entrust my future to you, Digidestined.
Oh, cheers.
No pressure,
Do
Destiny.
not prove us wrong." And he gives
know
you
you're
this.
a bird,
He gives you this like smirk that's like half like joking and half like, "I'm going to eat you if you don't follow through on your promise." And then he like nudges his brother, and his brother does the same, handing off one of his amulets to you. You only need 2, right? You don't need more than that.
Yes. Yeah, 2 is enough.
I think the Digimon that you've talked down, they know that if they go out there, and even if they fight against Venom Vandemon, the collateral damage alone would be enough for them to get the blame and to be put back in here anyway. So they're probably gonna stick it out here and try and work with the humans to find a peaceful resolution to this, whilst you guys try and handle Venom Vandemon outside.
All right. Thank you both, and we won't disappoint you. You should go back and back to the humans and try and work with them. We have a Venom Vandemon to stop, if you don't mind. Sorry, we'll be back. And then Dice starts running with Pablo to the edge of the barrier and put this on.
I think as you run, you hear a "wait, hold up," and like a group of rookie Digimon show up nearby. You see Fascomon at the front, the little koala cute thing, and he says, I don't know where she is, but could you give this to your friend that gave us the meat? We want to say thank you." And he like hands you like this weird machine contraption toy looking thing that he's made out of scrap metal. He's like, it's not much, but I made it myself, and she deserves to know that she's changed our lives so much just by helping us.
Deister kneels in front of the Fascomon to get on, eye level, and thank you. I'll make sure that she gets this, and don't worry, we've got your back, and we're gonna make sure that you guys have a future to look forward to. But we really need to get going now. I'm sorry to leave you guys like this. Pablo, let's go.
He looks up in awe at you as you turn around and start running off with your Digimon flying away, and they like start doing this like cute superhero zoom kind of motion as they start flying around the dark zone, pretending to be superheroes.
Oh, crap!
You
That's
guys,
how it ties to accidentally a cult.
You guys permeate the edge of the dark zone, and the bright light like shoots into your eyes and blinds you slightly as you slowly adjust to your new surroundings. You see Venom Vandemon not very far from the edge of the dark zone. It seems like Sonya stalled him a little bit, but you also see this ginormous shadow almost as big as him of a demonic monster. And in the center, struggling to maintain control, is Sonya and Sheepmon. Both of them look relatively in pain, and like they're being overwhelmed.
What the
by
fuck
darkness.
does relatively in pain mean?
Like,
It can be relatively in pain.
This is all part of my master plan.
it's not like they've been stabbed kind of pain. It's like a shooting body kind of pain.
Yeah, I need like a tier list of the different types of pain, honestly.
It's like they're being mildly
pretty
shocked
sure there
by
are
the
scales.
darkness. Every now and then they get electrocuted by the darkness.
Between this and getting mauled by 7 copies of your best friend, which is more painful?
Oh, now it's worse than I thought. What should we do?
You just give up and go home, really.
I think you're waiting for me to.
All right, now that everyone has placed their trust and faith in us, we should just go home.
Yeah, I know. I think we.
Let's turn around and
I'll
leave,
try
guys.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys,
Awesome,
Scout.
so,
Let's go back to Icon Village.
Yeah.
You know, the world's gonna end, but I'd really like to do some fishing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, have you never played an RPG before? There's always time for fishing.
Yeah, Digimon World told me that.
I just realized that Pablo has every condition.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm always.
Hi.
You know, I'm feeling pretty fine condition-wise.
I'm a fucking mess.
I mean, Pablo did get mauled by a bunch of his friend, and I think that's when
Yeah.
March's last condition.
I
was
wonder
like,
whose fault that is.
The problem with
Could it be anyone in this room, perhaps?
Oh, well, maybe.
Sonia's fault, I think, actually.
Yeah,
I
I think it's the time to clap back though. She's kind of dying. Well, not dying, but suffering.
I actually want to know. So Pablo, as somebody who hasn't made up with Sonia yet, how does it feel to see her at yet the center of another travesty as this darkness is enveloping her?
5 minutes
Taisto,
later.
as somebody who didn't make up with her but has resolved that it wasn't really her fault and you were just acting out because of your friend, like, how is it making you feel to see her like fall into darkness again? Both of you.
So, I think that Pablo is like, he has some, like, he's not, you know, he's still kind of mad, but, you know, he can't just leave her now, you know? They take each other's back, and sure, she kind of fucked up, putting the gang in a nightmare dream world. But, you know, that happens sometimes, it's normal.
I'm now concerned what Pablo's normal is.
What? How is that normal?
Yeah, but it's fine,
Yeah,
you
what
know?
about
You know what I mean? It's not that big. Yeah, no. But I think Pablo's fine, I guess. I don't think he's, you know, too happy with Sonia, but he knows that he has to save her. Or try.
For the power of friendship.
Yeah! or the power of courage. Yay!
As for your question regarding Dust, I'm not actually sure. Let me think. Like seeing Sonia in pain, and actually, I think it's at this point seeing Sonia in pain is, yes, devastating, but I think at this point it's actually more about seeing Pillowman being in pain, and, you know, being overtaken by this kind of darkness. It was, you know, going through the barrier and seeing, you know, being confronted with this sight was obviously kind of shock, probably. I'm
Everything
sure
was
Sonia's
gonna
got
be
this in the bag.
A-OK.
Sonia definitely doesn't got this in the bag. And I think it actually kind of you know, gets to Daisto's sensibilities that he's again somehow failed Sonia, because he lashed out, he berated Sonia, he made her feel bad, and now there are again horrible consequences manifesting to the person that, you know, he actually does ultimately still maybe somewhere deep down care about, and wants to make sure that you know, she's taken care of, because I think it's written on Sonia's character sheet that that's what Daisto wants. So it does.
You protect her when she's protecting everyone else.
Yes. So still, Daisto does want to keep, you know, look after Sonia, even though he's currently, you know, their relationship is in the best spot. But seeing this is, shocking to anyone. He wouldn't wish this on anyone.
He
And it
kind of
kinda
like
does
feels
remind-
like a responsibility then.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
that's literally what I said but in just way more words.
All right.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you're like that. You like your long-winded speeches. You fuck.
Oh no!
You
Can I-
like your
can I-
speeches, huh?
No.
No.
Oh, no. Anyway, yes.
So,
well,
yeah, what,
Yeah.
what does Tyson and Pablo do at this site?
that's a good question, Pablo. What do we do?
Well, so the not Golfmon thing is like a shadow, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not actually Golfmon. It's not like
it's not fully formed. It's like just a shadowy silhouette of what Golfmon would have been.
Gotcha. So I was thinking, Pablo and I guess Taisto, sure, would ride in the back of Lynxmon, go jump into the shadow, and then do a thermal explosion and see if it affects the shadow at all.
Okay, so you
Yeah, punch it till it's fixed. That sounds like a pretty Digimon thing to do.
yeah. So being Pablo, your first thought is let's explode it, and you
Yes.
you charge and leap into the air.
Yeah.
Probably coming up to just about the kneecap of Golfmon's shadowy form.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Kayaki would appreciate exploding the legs. So
you
it's in his eye.
explode at the kneecaps, and you see that the shadow sort of does this thing where it sort of like dissipates like it's smoke and then reforms because it's not solid. But
Well,
when you do that, you make a discovery. You can stand on the shadows whilst they're like not dissipated. So as they reform, you like land on his kneecap.
Oh. All right then. So does it mean that I could like travel upwards until I get to Exonia?
Yes, if you wanted to.
Well, I would try to do that then.
Cool. Roll to unleash your powers to get there without like being attacked by any of Sonya's inner demons.
Alrighty. Let me check what that is. Unique. Okay. Let me check my unique real quick. Oh, 0. Alright, that's a pretty bland roll. Pretty sure I have nothing that affects that. Alright. Oh, okay. Cool potential.
Cool. Yeah, you might potential. So yeah, you try and run up towards Sonya's Gulfmon's chest area, and as you do, I think Venom Vandemon sees you and sees you're trying to like blow up the shadow, and he like scowls at you and says, "You even turn on your own friends when the going gets tough, huh? Some Digidestined you are." And he reaches
Yeah.
out and grabs you in his hand. Sonya, you actually see
Can I
this
try to?
because Lynxmon's right in front of you, but you're obviously shrouded in darkness. Tyster, you said you wanted to do something, sorry.
Could I try to protect Pablo?
Yeah, sure. Roll
Right,
to
sure.
defend Pablo.
Wait, yeah, so where is that?
Actually, describe what you do to defend Pablo, then defend Pablo.
So, I think as Venom Vandemon's arm reaches out to try and grab Pablo, it hits a circle of fiery runes that stretch out to prevent him from doing that and burn his hand as he tries to reach out and grab Pablo, and he obviously pushes against this some kind of magic wall that is there to save him, but his attempt just fails just.
Potential. Woo.
It is
And not rolling very well
no.
today.
Venom Vandemon's attempt fails. My attempt succeeds.
Yeah, so you rolled a 7. I was gonna say, I was like, that isn't a fail. Yes.
all right. If it was... Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
But
It's-
in doing so, it costs you, and you expose yourself to danger.
Yeah.
Or exploit the situation. So sorry, you said you flew up and created a barrier to stop Venom Vandal from grabbing
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah, so what happened was that Pablo and Deister were on the back of Lynxmon as they jumped to try and explode the shadow. Then we landed on the shadow and Pablo started climbing up. Venom Vandal is like, well, bitch, no, and tries to bitch slap Pablo to do next Tuesday. And as he reached out, a fiery rune shield came up in front of him, but that then shows that off in the distance, on the other side, Mistimon is, fully preoccupied by this, trying to save Pablo, and I think it might give Venom Vandam an opportunity to swat Mistimon instead.
Cool. So Venom Vandamon reaches out. That happens. He grabs Mistymon instead. I think in doing so, he doesn't really care which one of you he grabs, as long as he grabs one of you to make his point. And I think he instead of
Also a clearer condition.
you clear condition, Pablo. I think he. One second, let me double check something real quick. Yeah.
Oh, so this doesn't actually matter, but my Unleash Powers roll should have been a -2. So I would have failed very badly.
Good to know.
I think he grabs you and he throws you towards Digimon's village. And you
Oh no!
you slam into the blender, smashing through the glass, and like serrating Mistymon with the blades inside, as he like crashes into the ground in the middle of Mistymon's village. A bunch of
Digimon's village.
very concerned Digimon come out of their homes and on the streets to try and see what's going on, why this meteor's struck their town. And then they look up and see this ginormous monster coming towards their city, panic and scream. And yeah, chaos ensues in the city basically. Taisto is still with
Hello.
everyone else on the back of Lynxmon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like him to. I think because of the collateral damage, I want you to mark afraid. Because you're not scared of Venom Vandemon, you are scared of hurting those around you while you battle Venom Vandemon.
Alright.
You see like the crater's smoke dissipate as Mistymon like is on his knees and stands up
No,
slowly.
Mistimon!
He coughs out a little bit of like digital blood, and he wipes it off his chin and starts flying back up towards Venom Vandemon. Pablo, Christo's presented you an opportunity to get to Sonia. What do you do?
I get Sonia. I guess I'll try to like talk, because I'm so great at talking.
Cool. Talk to Sonia then.
Hello.
How do I should have thought about this before. Are you
You
alright,
have
Sonia?
5
What's
minutes.
happening? How did this happen?
Can I respond even? Can I?
You
Yeah,
can respond, but you're in pain, and also the darkness is like consuming your mind slowly.
I'm fine. Don't worry.
You don't
I
sound
got
fine.
this. Well, that's not the first time. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I think, yes. We're just going to have a talk with the big angel guys. Nothing to worry about. Nothing.
I mean, I do not know how to respond to this. Like, not outside of character, in character, I think Pablo just like thinks for a moment. What the fuck?
Is that it? Sorry, you just think what the
Is it,
fuck.
is it,
No, I was thinking. I'm just.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a bit slow. I'm a bit slow.
No, it's okay. You can take all the time you need. I'd rather have a well thought out.
do you need? Yeah. You need some emotional music.
I mean, if you want to add some music, goes for my moment of truth,
yeah.
which clearly isn't gonna happen this episode.
Uh,
Well, we still got 1 hour left. Who knows? But are you sure, Sonia, that this guy's gonna, listen to reason at all?
we'll go with that.
Oh, music. Let me. All right. Yeah. Are you sure, Sonia? Like, this guy's gonna even listen to reason? What if he just betrays you?
Well, if he does, I'll just stop him. Okay, I'm strong. I'm strong.
Yeah, but being strong doesn't mean just heading into a problem face on. I don't think this is the right way. I think this is just gonna.
It's not the right way. What is the right way? Please, tell. I must know what the right way is then. Is it turning everybody into ice just to save a few people? Is it to steal everybody just to save maybe a few people? Is it just to discriminate against everybody to maybe save a few people? Is it what is the right way?
Listen, Sonia, I'm dumb, alright? I don't know if I know the perfect way to solve the problem, but what you're doing is just putting more people into danger, and we can't let that happen. I just think there's a better way, and we have to figure it out together, not on your own.
Not putting everyone into danger. I'm stopping them. I'm helping. I am.
I mean, you don't seem to be quite fine yourself, and Sheepmon doesn't seem to be doing fine either.
Sheepmon, you're fine, right, Sheepmon? Sheepmon,
I think you see Sheepmon beneath you, struggling in pain. Down one side of her face, her eyes are closed, and tears are trickling down her face. And on the other side of her face, her eye is open and red. And I think you hear two things. The first thing you hear is, "We're fine. We're finally getting what we want." And then immediately after you hear, "No, don't hurt friends. Yeah."
So is Sonia gonna say something? Or... Oh no, who should talk now?
I'm hurting people again. No, that can't be. That can't be. I was sure that. No. What am I? I don't know. I don't know. It seemed like the right way. I don't know. Don't be mad. I was no. Don't hurt. Okay, I won't. I'll calm down. I will. Just deep breaths. Okay. See, I have got everything under control. We'll just stop there to catch our breath. See, we'll not hurt anyone. We won't worry you.
I don't know what to say. Do I even
No.
respond at that point?
That's tough.
Sonia,
I don't know what is happening.
are you struggling against the darkness right now?
A little bit, yes. She doesn't want to hurt.
Did you accept the influence change that Pillarmon gave you, or did you try and reject it? I can't remember.
I did, but I already had Reckless +3, so I probably should just mark a condition, I guess.
Yeah.
So, insecure or guilty, oh, they're both good.
Yeah, they're probably both very
Oh.
relevant.
Probably guilty right now. Okay, let's go with this.
I think at this moment, Venom Myotismon reaches out, grabs the shadow, and says, "Golfmon, I'm carrying out the plan. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally getting our dream. We're finally returning to our world. Come,
I
let's
think
destroy the Celestials." And I think as he touches that shadow, I would like to give Sonia a dark vision.
Oh, yeah, I just did that, didn't I?
Gain 2 balance.
Getting fucked today, Jesus.
So
Again, 2 balance.
what you see is what looks like it's like a trophy collection. There are glass cases filled with rare items on little stands and podiums, and at the very back of the room there is a shadowy figure of a person. They are chained up to a wall in a glass cabinet of their own, and we get a zoomed in picture of their face. And remind me of your big sister's name. I've forgotten her name.
Stella Zeniti, I think.
Estella. Okay, cool. So you see Estella in these shackles.
Ooh.
And she looks up in desperation and sees in the cabinet above her a Digivice. And then the vision stops.
Oh, the music there. Very fitting.
Good one, huh?
Yeah, right as he said that, the music dropped. That was very nice. Just
The
so
joys
insane.
of the internet. Well, what? This. What's going on? Stella, what? Digivice? What? No.
You know the only person in this world with a trophy collection quite that large is Vandemon, as he bragged about it.
What? What? Wait a minute. What?
what the shit?
How? No, Vandemon. The girl. What did you do, Vandemon? What about?
I think
You think?
I think that I think therefore I am.
Funny.
I think you can hear. I think it would be appropriate if you could hear a shout from off screen. Shout! I think I've had quite enough of you, as an attack comes from off screen. You know, blast Venom Vandemon away, if that's even possible, really. Let's see, real quick.
Okay,
camera,
shit, music.
the music, yes. So the camera pans wildly to reveal Mistymon launching his orb that's glowing with a fiery orange flames at Venom Vandemon, and in the midair while it's traveling You can see that it's drawing like a long arc behind it. It flares into a massive fireball that tries to slam into Venom Vanderman to blast him away from Sonia, to give Pablo and Sonia more quality time together, and not for any
nice.
specific other reason. Yes, I've had quite enough of this.
Cool. It blasts into Venom Vanderman's face. I think he's distracted enough to not notice that coming towards him. The fire explosion hits his face, and he staggers backwards from the impact, not expecting it to come towards him at all. And you see that he sort of topples backwards, like he's going to fall, but then he like steadies himself with a foot that like plummets into a forest and buries a ton of trees.
You didn't let me directly engage a threat. No.
You let me out, get wrecked, I'm dead.
Better luck next time.
I mean, you can still directly engage a threat, just tell me what you do next while he's staggered.
Well, if he's staggered, I think after he's launched the attack, he like turns in midair, and fiery jets of flame burst from under his boots as he flies towards Venom Vanderman's face to deliver a devastating blow with the Heart of Fire, trying to cut him off and keep him occupied long enough for Pablo to get Sonia to see some fucking reason for a change.
Cool. Roll to directly engage
What was
a
the
threat.
last part? What was the last part? Sorry.
With disadvantage and any condition-y stuff.
I think I'm so fucking. Oh right, there's a. Oh, I forgot about the afraid. Oh no. Anyway, I think I'm angry enough to use venting frustration because this guy is so mad. I'm so mad at him. That gives me +1. Yes. 5.
Okay, so yeah, he staggers backwards, and Misty Mon closes the distance and comes in for a big slash. I think what happens next is Vandemon literally catches the sword between his thumb and his index finger, brings you both in close, and says, "I warned you." And then he runs toward Digimon's village, destroying the forest around him as he does so. The earthquake's so violent that everything around his feet cracks and opens fissures, and you hear Digimon in the forest screaming and running away in panic and terror as this giant monster stomps through their home. He then grabs you in his fist and punches the center of town, and it creates this massive gaping crack in the center of town, and innocent Digimon from the village start to fall in. You are hanging onto the edge of the crater, and Mistymon is slightly below you, with his sword buried into the side of the wall. I want you to take a powerful blow.
Oh, jeez.
And it is from a foe
You
more
guys are
powerful
fucked.
than yourself, so you do have to
All right,
use your
thank
move.
you.
And hopefully roll well.
I mean,
Wait, you
It's
don't
very
want to roll
difficult
well
for
in
me
this
to
one,
fail
actually.
this, yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's really difficult for me to roll poorly for this one. All right, so. All right, so I think I keep the attacker's attention. Seems appropriate in this case.
Sure, you keep his attention.
I have achieved what I wanted. Yay!
I want to take this opportunity to sort of have a break in the action because we haven't heard from Kageaki in ages because
I'm dead!
he's dead.
Right.
And I'd like to give him a chance to shine. So I think the next thing that we're going to cut to is like at the dramatic effect of like you being in the middle of a fissure hanging for dear life is we cut to Kageaki in the dark zone, twitching and crippled with Doraemon on his chest.
Really?
And we zoom in on his face
That's
and
the
we
music again.
enter his dream that he's having.
Oh boy.
Kageaki, you are reliving that nightmare that you had in Sonia's dream. What happened when you got taken into the basement? Tell us all,
Oh,
in gory detail.
oh no.
Okay. So first, Higeki is grabbing Kayaki by the legs, and he's dragging him down the stairs. Kayaki's face banging on every single of the stairs. He forcibly ties him to an operating table. That is there because reasons. And then he hands him a scalpel. And he tells him that it is time he gives Higeki some new legs. Nice and slowly. At which point Karayaki is forced to grab the scalpel, and I can't pronounce that word by the way, and get down to work. Slowly,
So
carefully.
he's cutting his own legs off?
Yes, he is being forced to cut his own legs off very, very slowly and delicately, so that he doesn't damage the tissue.
Ouch.
Yes.
And,
Jesus.
and what's actually forcing Kageki to do this? Is it like the dream is making him do it, or is it more like Higeki is forcefully grabbing his hands and saying, do it, and you're just obliging because of the sheer terror of the situation?
It's part of the mind control from the dream, it's part Higeki psychologically manipulating him, it's part violence.
Cool, so we see a shot of your body outside the dream, screaming, "No, my legs! My legs!" Ah! And then there's a cut back. Do you actually ever get to the point where you take your own legs off, or do you wake up from the dream before that part happens?
He got through one leg and started working on the other one.
Okay, so a leg has been ripped. This is a very gory episode of Digimon.
Yes.
One
I
leg is-
said I will do it.
one
I
leg is
will make it a
removed.
story.
It's been placed on the operating table, and Higeki is sewing it onto his own stump where his leg should be, whilst you painfully start cutting into your second leg. And I think Higeki says to you in your dream, "Now you'll know the pain I had to live with. The pain I had to endure when you left me with nothing. You'll give me what you have. I'll take everything. Give me your legs. Let me lift with my knees again, Kageaki."
Cut them, you.
Nice way to kill the tone.
Bring back the funny music now.
No! I can no longer lift with my legs!
Lifting with your legs has become a major plot point, okay?
That's why this is the best Digimon season.
Oh, fine.
At what point do you wake up from the dream, Kageaki? At what point does Higeki let you go?
He doesn't let me go. I just wake up because we're dragged out of it.
Cool. So I think the next thing that you see happen is your eyes blear open. Doraemon is above you, and he is slapping you in the face to try and wake you up. He's like,
nice.
snap out of it! Snap out of it! It's not real! It's not real! He can still be a friend!
My... Ow, my legs hurt! Everything hurts! Wait, what happened? Where are we?
Well, you fell back asleep when we tried to stop Vamdemon, and he didn't take too kindly to me standing up to him and trying to stop him, so we kind of got crushed.
Where are they now? What?
Sorry, say that again?
Where are they now? Where are they?
They left the dark area. They went after Vamdemon. I think Taisto managed to stop the army, but Vamdemon's continued. He left the dark area. Who knows what's happening on the other side of that portal?
Kawayaki immediately tries to get up and falls flat on his face when his legs become jello.
I think Doraemon attempts to sort of cushion your fall. You are a lot bigger than him, but he like tries to catch you and then gets flattened a little bit. And he's like, Kageki, you shouldn't stand right now. You've just been crushed by a giant monster.
There's no time! We have to go!
I don't want to see you get hurt, Kageki. I don't want to see anyone get hurt ever again.
I don't
You're all I've
exactly
got
like
left.
pain.
Please.
I don't exactly enjoy pain, you know, but we can't just stay here and do nothing.
Then let's not. Let's do something, but let's do something clever. Your brain's not hurting, right? It's just your body.
Actually, everything is a mess right now.
Well, Doraemon knows that the most reliable part of Kageaki is his brain. If anything's going to get them out of this jam,
Questionable.
it's Kageaki and his intelligence.
Big brain, big IQ.
We have an army of scientists back at the mansion. I'm sure they could help us come up with something.
We don't have information though.
I think as you say
You
that,
can bullshit anything you want.
you tap your visor and you realise that the entire time you were talking to Vamdemon, it was scanning him. You have a hecking ton of data on what Vamdemon is.
Can I have some of that data so I know what to work with? What the fuck is he even weak to?
Sorry, I didn't make out what you said there.
What the fuck is he even weak to then?
What is he even weak to?
Yes. If I have all the data, then I need the actual data to work with.
He hates garlic bread.
Like a ton. Like he destroys it at the opportunity.
I've already broken all the vampiric stereotypes. He ate a garlic steak the first time you met him, and he's just
that
entered
steak
sunlight unscathed.
fucking hates garlic bread, man. It's
But to be
different.
fair, it's digital sunlight, so
I don't think he's entered a residence without permission yet, nor crossed flowing water or running water.
I mean, he left the dark zone and entered the digital world without permission.
That's not a residence. That doesn't count.
And
He also crossed over
created,
the lake.
That's a pretty big
he also created a lake of tears, which he crossed with no problem.
I was about to say
Oh,
Lake
boy.
is not running water.
I I mean, it is if it's
It
coming
is
from
what
his
it's-
face.
It is what it's being made.
But yeah, his
We haven't
weakness. I think
like stabbing his heart yet.
I think
be
I will
fair.
leave his Achilles heel in your hands, Kageaki. You're the intelligent one. You're the one with the quest of knowledge. What would Vandemon be weak to? And
At this point, I have no idea.
that can be like a physical weakness, but it could also be a mental weakness. In fact, that's another thing you know that you could threaten. Vandemon's very proud of his trophies. If you could find them, that could potentially be a way to stop Vandemon.
Do you have a move for this?
Pretty sure he does.
I'm supposed to have a will to me, but like,
It's called Tactician.
Be the tactician. Yes.
I don't believe that.
Well,
I think your voice just cut out, Kageaki.
I just can't see anything's working at this point. Like, oh no, his prizes. He's literally about to achieve his life goal. Who gives a shit?
well, I don't know. Maybe his title,
no-
the respect he has. Like,
Maybe kicking him in the crotch face would work.
Like,
if you're
he
going for
gave
whatever.
up, gave up on the respect he had when he left his army behind. He has sunlight in his face, he doesn't care. He has garlic in his face, he doesn't care. I don't know what the fuck to work with here. I don't see anything.
To be fair,
There
he
is one thing that I can think of if you'd like a suggestion.
Yes, please. I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Vandemon has an old friend that happens to be a tree, and vampires are weak to stakes.
that's fucked up.
I don't
That's
want to
fucked
kill
up.
him!
that's fucked up.
Potentially the tree could help you.
That is really fucked up.
That's really.
I'm not saying to
Like
chop.
a piece of
I'm
wood in the
not
scraps.
saying to chop the tree down. I'm just saying that the tree might have some
Just saying
sort
to
of
like cut the
magical
tree.
wood properties that could help you.
Destroy his limbs.
I'm just
That's what
following the
you're saying,
breadcrumbs,
you know.
okay?
Yowling bread.
What? Fuck it, I guess at this point go to the tree. I just have nothing to work with.
Fair enough. Okay, so you head back towards the mansion and go into Vandemon's garden, your mind racing for ideas of what you could use. You see the large cherry tree buried in the middle of the ground. And you can just about make out a face on the front of it. It's got these strange seals made of paper attached to it, and it's got these chains wrapped around it, which make it look very sinister. But as you approach the tree, the woodmon that look after the garden come towards you. And I say, hey! What are you doing? That's our master. You can't hurt him. He did nothing wrong.
I'm not going to hurt him, but we need to stop Vandemon
I'm just going to cut his limb
peacefully as
off.
possible, and this is
No,
the only
normal.
thing I can think of that can help right now.
Is there really no other wood source in the entire dark area?
There's woodmon.
Oh wow! I get a bit too violent. You can.
The woodmon like part and let you see the tree. They're very hesitant because obviously they didn't hear Taisto's speech. They're still kind of like the Digidestined are probably going to kill them all, but you know, what better shot do they have than listening to them?
I throw a few scans on the tree.
You throw a few what? Sorry.
Scans.
And
Cool. You scan the tree. It tells you that it's Cherrymon, an ultimate level Digimon.
Jiraimon.
Yeah, or Jiraimon, whatever you want to call it. I think Cherrymon's just a better name than Jiraimon. So I'm going to call it Cherrymon, thank you. It the picture that comes up shows like a mustached like man with like a big a mustached man, a mustached tree with a wise looking face but evil red eyes dead set into like a black abyss. His big bushy cherry afro of leaves on top of his head, and his big claw-like branches turning into arms. But what you see before you instead is a shadow of that. The tree is sort of dying and withered. It's not as... the trunk isn't as full as it could be. The mustache is gone. The eyes are almost popping out of their sockets. They're that
It's
strange.
Digimon World 1 Cherrymon. Woo!
And his mouth looks dry with crisp brown lips that are cracked. His cherry bush hair falling out. Human, come close.
I come
Says.
closer.
I can't survive here much longer. Sunlight. Sunlight.
Okay, get one of the scientists with one of the artificial lamps. I say to one of the woodmen.
They go off and try and find the scientists. While they're gone, Cherrymon gasps in again. Child, what brings you to such a horrible place?
Okay. There's not much time. We're here to help. Vamdemon is making a mistake, and we need a way to peacefully stop him. You're the only thing I can think of that can tell us how.
My branches. The sunlight powers their magic. Take a branch. Bury it in him. It should stop him. He coughs up some splinters and some cherry juice.
Cherry juice, alright. That sounds weird.
He's a cherry tree.
Yes. This red, scarlet even cherry juice that he spits. It surely looks like something.
It's definitely cherry juice, guys.
Yes, of course.
This is for children.
I thought it was strawberry juice. Or strawberry jello even. Okay.
The woodmen eventually return. They bring your dad with them. He's carrying what looks like a small, a handful of lamps. And he's like, they said that I should bring the artificial light. I didn't know what we're going to use it for. They're not all ready yet.
This tree needs light. It is alive. Barely.
Because after a few moments, your dad sets up lamps all around the tree and turns them all on with the power that he's managed to generate. And the light hits the tree, and magical energies start swirling and circling around the tree as it glows and glistens in the unnatural sunlight. You see the dry, crisp lips of Cherrymon close and soften. You see a big bushy mustache start to grow back in, and his withering frame start to fill out.
That was easy.
Okay, I would love to stick around, but he's creating havoc as we speak, so I'm going to take one of these. Are there any
Yeah, you
not
like
attached branches?
you like reach up and like snap off like
Oh,
a
well.
piece of like tree that like a piece of branch that's like stuck out of its waist. He's like,
They know
luck,
this
but
is body horror, all right.
child, please. He may be misguided, but he has a kind soul at heart, I promise. Save
I'm
him.
aware.
Save him.
Okay then.
And
Go on.
you turn
We have to
and
go.
leave towards the edge of the digital world. Not the edge of the digital world, sorry, the edge of the dark zone.
We made it home, guys!
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away. Yeah, we're going to cut back to Taisto and Sonia and Pablo.
You're alive.
So Taisto's hanging by his fingertips over a fissure that's been opened in the ground. Mistymon just below him, stabbing his sword into the wall to sort of steady himself from falling. There are innocent Digimon falling into the gaping hole. Pablo.
I have a question. How far is Pavlo and I guess Sonia from the village?
Reasonably,
Like, are we?
reasonably far away, to the point that to get there, you probably have to go at full speed rocket jetpack on the back of a sheepmon.
Okay, well, I was thinking more Lynxmon, but that probably works better.
Well, yeah, and you need to get Sonia to see reason before that. But yeah, so there's chaos going on, and Daisto is hanging by the fingertips of one of his hands because it's not dramatic enough. It's just one. It's two.
Show off.
But I've been looking at Daisto's conditions, and while he doesn't have a lot of them, he does have a pretty key one, which is afraid. And I don't think we've actually talked enough about how afraid Daisto actually sometimes is. So I don't know. It seems like Daisto is looking at everything that's happening. Oh, this is actually.
Yeah.
This is the soundtrack.
So after his he tried to give space to Pablo and Sonia to resolve the differences and get Sonia back on board because Sonia was being hurt by this bout of evilness that has overtaken Sheepmon. And it obviously failed. His number one way of actually doing anything, which is punch it in the face, failed, as it quite often actually does. That I think about it, and in this case, it even endangered more lives than it actually saved. The village was relatively safe until he started meddling in the whole thing, and it's not. And I think it's getting to him because it really looks like no matter what he does, they won't be able to actually do anything about Venom Vandermon, because that's actually a really bad song. I'm sorry, I didn't vet it first.
It happens.
Yeah.
Unfucker.
Yeah, but the point is, he doesn't feel like he can do anything about it. There's innocent Digimon are dying because he meddled in the whole thing, and it's really getting to him. And he can't see Mistymon anymore because Mistymon is down below him. You shouldn't be looking down when you're about to die by falling into a crevice. So he's all alone. His one finger by one finger. His grip is loosening and he's about to fall, and there's still a huge 15-story tall demon vampire trying to destroy everything, and whatever he did, he can't do anything about it. So I don't know, what does Tyson do? I don't know. Probably nothing, because he's too afraid.
Well, that's a good plan.
So
Yeah, great
whilst-
fucking plan. All right.
whilst Tyster is being drowned in his own thoughts about how his one and only tactic of punching something in the face didn't work,
How could this be?
and his
Classic
fingers are
red
starting
player in
to-
action.
his fingers are starting to slip, and we see Venom Vandemon may be coming in for another foot plummet. We see Sonya is still in the throes of despair, wrapped up in darkness and turmoil, and can't do anything. Pablo, you are the only one that can save Tyster right now.
Yeah. You're the hero
I
now.
think I see what you're doing here.
I think this could be a moment where you protect your friends in their moment of need, surpassing any obstacles to save them from
I was
danger and
just
keep it that
fucking
way.
reading that, Jesus.
It could be a very truthful instant.
Could it be that the bond of their friendship will resonate through his partner?
Could be. Nah.
A moment. But something else. Yeah, but I guess first, I guess the moment of truth would happen once I'm at the village. So first I'd have to like go with Linksmon. Kind of weird to have the moment of truth like 3 acres away, you know.
I mean, you could use the moment of truth's power to get to Tysto if you evolve.
Oh,
into
you
something.
think Meltranamon could like rocket off
I mean,
into the village?
I didn't know if you were still going to go for Metal Tyrannomon or if you're going to go for something else, but I mean, like, Metal Tyrannomon's pretty big. I guess you could use its size to.
I mean, he's like,
faster.
He's like 3 colors as well.
oh no, but I feel like, you know, Pablo would, you know, at one side look at Sonia, who's just doing Sonia things, and then, you know, look at the other side and see Venom Miasmon and Pablo, and Tysta, which he doesn't see, but he can assume shit's hitting the fan. And I guess in that moment, because, you know, he wasn't even present for the start of this, I think in that moment, Pablo feels this, like, need to save his friends because he's really the only one that can. He's not the best at it, but there's no one else who can do it. So, I feel like at that point, you know, energy starts flowing from the Digivice into Gazimon. I assume he's that form at this moment, and slowly covering his body until he evolves into Dark Tyrannomon, and then once again into Metal Tyrannomon, and the boost of friendship energy propelling them towards the village. And give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I mean,
Choosing the music.
Change the tunes!
I just also
Okay, back, fuckers. I'm back.
I just wanted to point out as well.
Missed.
Whilst you're like flying over, it'd be really cool if you evolved as like the energy propelled you towards them. So, like, what does the Digivolution look like as you and Dark Tyrannomon are flying through the air?
I feel like the energy would, you know, slowly cover Dark Tyrannomon's body, creating like, you know, metallic pieces, until eventually covers him whole and turns his skin gray and just generally makes him bigger, and, you know, Metal Tyrannomon happens.
Cool. So you fly towards the city. Describe what happens. You have full control of the scene.
Epic. So you know, the anime fall thing, when you fall and the ground sort of moves. Fuck off, Tysto. And
I'll leave you to die.
I love how we're using the music channel, by the
I'm
way.
gonna leave you fucking die, dipshit. But yeah, so, you know, we look around to sort of assess the situation, and we see the huge crack. So I come, you know, closer to grab into Tysto, who's like about to fall. I assume, it's, you know, anime. And as I grab him, we hear Madame Miasmon from the background, like laughing, saying some zinger or whatever. And that's when Mel Tranamon sort of turns around and delivers like a. The fuck's attack hold, actually? I should check that.
Maybe.
Cool. So Metal Tyrannomon yells out, "What the fuck is my attack called?" And attack-
Yeah. No, wait. Real quick. Metal Tyrannomon.
Nuclear laser.
I'm using
Whatever beam!
nuclear laser. So he fires a beam from its left hand at Venomous-1, which stops his smirking or whatever, and kind of makes Venom actually take Metal Tyrannomon seriously because the attack actually affects him. So as Venomous-1 comes closer, actually, how big is Metal Tyrannomon in comparison to Venomous-1? I'm trying to think.
So Venomous-1 is about as tall or taller than a skyscraper. Metal Tyrannomon might be like half the size of him, considering he's like a large Digimon.
Wait, half? That's a ton. All right then.
Yeah, just so it's like a big kaiju battle, I'm gonna say that you're quite
If his
big.
half is like, what, 30 stories high?
So I can attack his crotch, like head on. That's cool.
Yeah, you can basically attack his crotch head on. You're basically like toddler size to him.
Punch him in the dick!
Yes. So after Metal Tyrannomon gets closer, as Venomous-1 does, and uses its its arm called real quick. I don't know. It gets close to his body, Venomous-1 kind of looking from above, and fires directly into not his crotch, but his
second face.
His second face, which kind of throws him back. And while he's sort of recovering from the attack, Metal Tyrannomon would rush in and throw him to the ground with his force.
Cool. So
why not?
Venomous-1 falls to the floor with a massive quake. Giant
That's not great collateral, but well.
His upper body falling backwards so far that he goes back into the dark zone halfway.
Serious? Alright then. So I feel like then Metal Tyrannomon would, push him back in there with Shoe Force.
Cool. So you use your signature coined move of Tyranno Headbutt.
Classic. I mean, who hasn't heard of it by now?
Oh wait, was it Tyranno Punch or Tyranno Headbutt that you and Tyrannomon did together?
I think Punch.
Okay, you go Tyranno Punch and smack him in the heel, and he shoots along the ground back into the dark zone. The blue energy of the crest empowering Dark Tyrannomon to punch that hard, and he slides back into the dark zone. I think the blast from the nuclear laser also destroyed the necklace, which means that he can't leave.
Yeah, but there's a fuck ton of those, so...
There's a fuck ton of them, and they're all an innocent Digimon who turned against him as far as he's concerned.
Not if I can help it!
We see Kageyaki riding on the back of a Sangloopmon, trying to get to the edge of the dark zone as fast as possible. And Kageyaki sees this massive monster slide back into the dark zone on its back. You have an opportunity, Kageyaki. What do you do?
Teleport me to him!
Cool. Sangloopmon, there's the most animation budget spent on his teleport ever. And we see the individual ones and zeros of his data and your data just meld and merge into a shadow, and then just swoop down underneath Venom Vandemon, and then pop back out on top of him.
Kagayaki pops out with his arm already stretched out, saying, "Let there be light!"
What?
I wanted to do a one-liner. It has the power of sunlight.
Cool. Roll to unleash the powers of the tree. And do it with advantage because it's extra effective against Venom Vandemon.
12.
Nice, you crit it. So the tree branch erupts with sunlight energy as you bury it into Venom Vandemon's... Where are you burying it?
Preferably not at a vital area. Just in case.
Preferably
It's
not
like-
his legs.
Somewhere in his abdomen, let's in the dick.
You
Yes.
stab him in his second face. No. Sorry, where are you going to stab him? Sorry, say it again.
In the second face.
You're going to stab him in the second face. Okay, that could be
That thing
lethal.
can go freeze in hell.
Yeah, you unleash the magic. Tell me what happens when you do this. Does it like kill him, destroy him? Does it
No, I do not want it to kill
fry
him. The
him
entire
and
point.
knock him unconscious? Does it like leave him vulnerable for you to absorb bits from him to turn him back into Myotismon? Like what
Okay,
happens next?
let's say it absorbs all the dark energy that he had released into itself and becomes a new orb, or he reverts back to a Vandemon.
Okay, so Vandemon is defeated. He turns back into Vandemon. The sunlight that stabbed him in the abdomen has knocked him unconscious from the sheer pain that he was in. You see him like as you like stab it while he's Venom Vandemon, you stab it into him. He's like as he like shrinks back down, the light coming out of his mouth and eyes as it does so, and you removing it just in the nick of time before it like absolutely decimates him, and he just like is smoking on the ground unconscious as Vandemon. Everyone else, you like run in and see the finale of that happen.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, except for Sonya, I guess. Vandemon is dealt with, but Sonya and her turmoil hasn't.
I do
What's
not
the
know
next
about
step?
that.
True. That's right. You were first.
I have no idea that is happening, by the way. For all I know, I saved the situation.
What's the next step you guys take?
Like he comes. I'm glad everything turned out all right. Right, guys?
Like, Krayas triumphantly turns around and goes, wait, where is Sonya?
Actually, could we go rewind just a little bit to the moment where Pablo, or around the moment where Pablo, saves Taisto?
Yeah, sure.
Because I want to.
we can
Right,
record
save your ass.
So just a little bit back. Yes. Yes. So, Taisto is hanging off his dear life and with his crippling fears, keeping him from springing into action. And just as his grip, he lets go of his grip and starts falling. His hand gets grabbed by Pablo, and then the camera pans up to reveal there's like a glare of sunlight coming from behind Pablo as he stands coolly there with Taisto's hand in.
Heck
holding
yeah,
Taisto
I
from
saved your ass.
Yes, you saved my ass, Pablo. You saved me.
Yes. I did. Now get out of there.
I didn't. This is actually as far as I planned this scene. So sorry about this.
Ah, nice, thanks.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
man.
You're welcome. What's going on? Did you? Oh Christ! I froze. I'm really sorry. We
It's
now. Yes, it's sorry about that. Yes, you saved me. Yay! Let's go. Oh, what is this?
Heroic. Harry.
Slightly late, but who gives a shit?
Oh,
I saved you, bro.
this is actually pretty cool.
Good music choice.
Let's see.
Yeah, Digimon
this is
games
really
consistently have excellent music.
Wait a second.
even-
Did you give me a fake music when I asked for it?
Skagayaki that puts the music.
I
No,
don't
that
know.
was changing the music, so I just put something on.
Anyway,
Fake music bingo.
yes, I wasn't sure you'd come, Pablo.
I came alright.
Oh.
God damn you boys!
No, I didn't make that joke.
This seems
No,
a
fuck.
mistake. I'm sorry.
No.
This seems a mistake. Let's go back to.
Oh boy.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who kept thinking that.
You phrased that so poorly, Ivo.
Yeah, I fucked up. No, I didn't mean that.
I know it was an
was a
overwhelming moment,
mistake.
but that's a bit too far, mate.
I'm really sorry for it.
I'm not
Let's go
far
back.
enough.
We beat
It's my love
we
to
beat
cover.
we beat Venom Vandemon. Let's go with that. Yes. We beat Venom Vandemon.
Yeah.
And Kagayaki turns to us and asks, "Where's Sonya?" Right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me find some appropriate music for that, and then I'll get right to answering. And someone wants to go first. So this evolution music is banger. Why didn't you give me some fake music back then?
You forgot, okay?
Change still, right? Dumbass.
I'm not gonna lie, Pablo. This would be the music that I'd pick for my evolution, so you pick what it was.
Epic.
So sorry.
You
Yes.
have to
So
ruin
where
it
is
with
where is
phrase.
Sonya?
Just
She's
fucking
actually
dead,
pretty
bro.
bad as well.
So we get a shot of Sonya in the darkness still, left alone, abandoned by everybody yet again. And
Boy.
Golfmon starts taking steps towards wherever the Celestials are holed up. Because, you know, Golfmon would know that. Are you guys going after her, or are we going to have an emotional scene with just Sonya? I just wanted to know the vibe. But...
I mean, the moment they tell me where she is and what's going on, I start teleporting that way. So whenever they
No,
arrive, I arrive.
So I think as he leaves the question hanging, and you see that you can see that we open our mouth to answer, and then we should cut away to Sonya having an emotional moment, because this probably won't be resolved this session.
Probably
I
not.
have
I
like
don't
2 minutes.
Okay, so we'll have that's sort of the emotional moment, and we'll have the climax next session then. So Sonya, you
Well, we already had the. No, I'm not gonna make that joke.
I think we get like a image of you in the darkness, being electrocuted every so often by the black energy inside. Pillowmon beneath you with its half mind of destroying everything and half mind of but my friends. And we pan in on your face and we see like it's not like a dream, but it's like an inside view of Sonya's mind. She's sat alone in a dark room. Everybody's left her again. There's no one there to help her. Caramon was right. They're all going to leave her eventually. You know, all those doubts that she always has. And then you see a light shine above you, Sonya, and Pillowmon descends into your mindscape. What's the first thing that crosses Sonya's mind when she sees Pillowmon after being left by everyone again?
Come on. You've always been there. You've always been there. Sorry, I haven't been the best partner. But I won't leave you. I won't leave you. And I'll help you whatever you want, whatever you think is best. You've always been there for me. Thank you, Pillowmon. She's going to hug the vision of Pillowmon, I guess. I don't know if it's how physical.
It's physical in the mind palace area
Yeah.
that you're in.
Mhm. Let's go for a hug. Mental hug.
Mental hug. Cool. You embrace Pillowmon. And she's
It
like,
starts weeping a little bit.
"Of course I'm always here for you. You've always been there for me."
Yes.
She says, and she's like, "But this isn't what I want, Sonya. This this isn't me. This is something else. Something that I don't know what it is. It's just something that
Keyword
comes
type
out
noises.
inside of me, and it's scary and it's unknown, and I don't know what it wants. It's not me. You told me
Olivia.
once that the darkness is something that we should try to get through together, and
Yes.
right now you're accepting it, and it's scaring me, Sonia. It's scaring me.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to scare you. I don't want. We'll fight back. We'll find a way, okay? Don't make that face. Don't say you're scared. I don't like it when you're scared. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you, even if it's the only thing I do in this world. I'm gonna save you, okay? I'm gonna help you. You won't have to be scared.
And neither will you, Sonia. I think as she says that, though, you get that flashy image in your head of Estella chained up in the glass case. Sonia's eyes turn red. We zoom out back to Gulfmon, who stops in its tracks. Tear runs down the shadow's face, like a black shadowy tear thing, and it just heel turns and sprints towards the dark zone. Sonia's impulses are controlling Gulfmon right now, as they're stronger than his will. And I think the last shot that we get is the shadowy monster that is Gulfmon and Sonia and Sheepmon combined, piercing through the dark zone area. And I think Gulfmon speaks in a very loud, boomy voice, but it's Sonia's voice. And it says, "I'll save you." And then we cut to credits.
Can we
Great session.
end it with me doing something really stupid instead?
What's the really stupid thing?
No.
Dive into it.
I mean, I think it'd be cool for you to all dive into it if you wanted to enter Sony's dream world again. But I think we've done a bit of enough of that, I think.
Was so cool the first time. Let's do it again.
No, I think that's where we end the session. If you want to dive into the shadow next session, we can do that. But I'll leave that in everyone else's court.
Well, I gotta talk to her. I gave my word.
Cool. So end of session shit. Let's do that. Let's start with.
Who gets conditioned out?
Let's start with Pablo. We've never started with Pablo before. Pablo, have you grown closer to the others, further away from the others, or into your own image of yourself? Who made you feel welcome? Who made you feel detached? How do you see yourself? Explain, and then do whatever the move says.
I feel like Pablo grew into his own image of himself, because he was able to save his friends in a time of need.
Okay, and how does that? How do you see yourself now, and why? Shift one label up and one label down to symbolize that.
I guess it'd be more a savior because he feels like he's the right thing, and probably less reckless, probably.
Okay.
And I have to head out now, so bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, don't forget to mount your potential.
Too late.
Too late.
Oh, Kagiaki, you're up next.
Greetings. Well, I barely fucking interacted with anyone, so I can't pick those. Actually, I'm not even sure I interacted with anyone, period. In that case, let's see. Let's lower unique and raise kind. Sure.
Why have you chosen to do that? What's the reason behind it?
Well, I have to pick something for starters, and I am obligated to pick something. Dropping unique since I didn't manage to talk him out of it. And raising kind because I sure fucking tried.
Sure. Sonia.
I'd say overall I probably am feeling pretty detached from everyone else right now.
Okay.
I don't know if I have anyone in particular. Pablo interacted with me and then left me to save someone else, so probably him by default, but that's a general sentiment, so... I don't know if I can remove potential from multiple people at once, but...
In fairness, I was dead half the season, otherwise I'd be there.
Do you even have... does Pablo even have influence over you at the moment?
It does?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
then he loses that influence.
Yeah.
Let me remove that for him. Pablo has influence over absolutely no one but Steel Greymon, apparently.
That's going to be useful next episode.
Potentially.
I mean,
Potentially.
And Taisto.
Alright,
mark
let's
your
see.
potential?
I think... Yeah, I'm on potential.
You will.
Right, also, oh shit. Oh,
One
actually, I
step closer
won't.
to the edge.
I won't mark that potential, but I will mark potential from Game Face because we did actually fulfill the goal of, stopping the attack on... Actually, no, we haven't actually done that yet. It's...
I mean, you committed yourself
Stop.
to defeat Ben and Bandom, which you have done.
Yeah, which we did, so I'll take that, but not... In that case, I won't take the end of session potential. Jesus Christ, I'm crazy.
you
I
in
don't wanna
theory did that.
Now let's see. We got end of session. I think Daisto's grown into his own image of himself in this one. I think he's understanding, like he's coming into understanding that he also gets afraid sometimes. Everything up until now has been pretty trivial for him. Many times he just punches things and they go away. But last time. His ass got kicked by the giant evil chicken, and this time his ass got kicked by Venom Vamdemon. And all these times, every time it happens, it just is. It hurts his pride. He clearly wants to be there to help. He wants to be there to protect. He wants to be there to defeat the bad guys, to make everything go away, to be the hero of his stories and all that kind. But these kinds of times when he gets afraid, it does a number on him. But on the other, so I think I'm going to lower superior. His pride is getting hurt, and I think it should increase his unique. Because while he can't do that, he apparently was able to stop an entire army in the with some effort and determination, and that might actually be there too. So pretty unique, lower superior. Let's go with that.
Cool.
Okay, so nobody got a condition during the end credits.
Yes, you're
Sadly.
welcome.
That's new.
By the way, if anybody did do the things that let you remove conditions in that last scene, or in the scene with Bandemon, feel free to remove your conditions now.
I feel like when you have 4 or 5 conditions, it's really hard to remove
Okay.
them.
Let's see.
I'm removing
Conditions.
Angry for Pablo because he did hurt or break something.
I hurt or broke Vamdemon.
Yeah,
I didn't run from anything.
I mean, I think
Would you say that?
I think you can clear afraid, Kageki, because you didn't run from anything, but you tried to stop conflict by talking and that's kind of running from the difficult fight that you could have had.
No!
in a
I don't
way.
think there's
No.
any. I don't think that's the case.
Or
No,
potentially make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt. You got
Yeah,
crushed.
guilty is the one that is debatable since I fucking took so many punches trying to talk to them.
I don't think the others particularly.
Definitely angry, maybe guilty. Do I mark off guilty?
Yes, mark of guilty.
Okay, that's something. I am no longer a fucking wreck.
Would you say that being crippled by your fear and not springing into action is kind of like running from
It's
something
not
difficult?
It's not quite the same thing.
Oh, this isn't.
So like you didn't actively run away from something. Your character just froze in fear, which is slightly different. It's not like you ran away from Vandemon. You actually fought him for quite a while, if that makes sense.
Up until that point, he was actually kind of winning, or had a chance to win. Oh, I let go of the ledge. There we go. He was getting distance between him and Vandemon.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's up
fine.
to you.
It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah,
Keep the afraid.
Be honest.
I'll
to
milk
yourself.
it. I'll milk it in the next session. Don't worry.
My character is so fucking good at what he does that he was dead for half the session and still saved the day.
Yeah. OP. So, would you call me falling into darkness and accepting all of those things making me a sacrifice?
No, that is flinging yourself into easy relief.
Yeah. I mean, it would be.
1000%.
But I
Yeah.
didn't mark hopeless, you see, so it doesn't really,
It can also be take full hardy action without talking to your team.
It could be that, but I don't mark.
You only have guilty marked, so unfortunately I don't think it's a sacrifice. I definitely think it's
Well.
Running from something difficult, flinging yourself into an easy relief, and taking foolhardy action without talking to anybody, but it's definitely not sacrificing.
Everything else.
It's
I
basically
did
everything.
everything else. Literally everything else. Come on. Well, it's fine. I'll have one condition.
Yeah, one condition's fine. You can live with that.
I know why we still have so many conditions is because we never managed to comfort and support.
Yeah, no one ever talks to each other and comforts and supports each other, guys. It's
We-
always
when
yelling.
we
Not
do,
true.
we forget the
That's
role.
not true. Pablo was doing it to Sonia. I was waiting for that to happen, but you didn't tell him to comfort and support.
Yeah, because at the time,
What happened?
Sonia didn't have a condition, so there was no point in doing a
Oh.
comfort support role.
I mean, she could have still marked potential.
True.
Yeah, it is potential and fluff.
So I basically took the decision to make it a roleplay-centric thing that he was comforting and supporting, rather than making it a role-based thing, because there was no real resolution from the role if he did. At least I didn't think so at the time.
I mean, there could have been a roleplay, like even a roleplay element. To
Well,
it.
I'm
Because
fine either way. but-
it does force the recipient to either open up or not, which then moves forward their decision making on what happens next. So if they open up and they got it, even if the only thing they get is marking potential, that still allows them to the character opened up, which then informs roleplay from them on. Jesus, I can't even speak anymore.
So I just want to show you guys as well how close you were to actually beating Venom Vandemon, like legit, like without.
What
Oh,
makes him
true.
legit? Fuck you!
What? Wow.
Oh, he can't be afraid. Interesting.
He only had guilty left to mark, and then he would have gone down. So you were very, very close to being.
I don't doubt that. Like, I'm pretty sure that. I was actually pretty sure that if we just, gone back and smacked him over the face, that would have actually done something. But yeah.
Wow.
Yes, but I stabbed him in the dick.
Yes. in the second phase. In the second phase. In the second
dick.
phase.
In the second head. I am willing word was second head. I do not remember the word.
We'll compromise on that. Yes.
Compromise, yes, that. Compromise on second head.
And which has no other meaning whatsoever.
None of that.
So,
I just rode him and punched him straight in the dick.
what do we want to see next time on Digimon Vortex?
Someone actually rolling for comforting and supporting.
Yeah, I want to be the one to do that since we have the whole situation.
Cool.
Well, actually, I don't know. I want a new Memon. It doesn't have to be next episode, but I want a new Memon. I just want the fucking Memon.
And Lumon X that is literally just there. He's never explained why the fuck is he X.
Just a new Memon somewhere.
You want a new Numon somewhere?
Yeah.
Cool. I will write that down and take it into consideration.
I'll ask the team.
I'll ask the writers and editors and see if they can get a new Numon in there. Any other requests for next time? Otherwise, I'll just push forward the plot.
There's plot?
Wait, we have a plot?
Wow.
Wow. No, I don't. I think I don't have any particular requests that I can't make happen on my own anyway. So, for once, I don't have anything. Well, I guess next time on Digimon Vortex, Daisto is afraid of something.
We need all the squares of the bingo mark to get the potential, right?
Wait, what? There's potential involved in this?
It's the new rule we made up.
No!
I don't think we said potential was involved. I think we said we were doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, phew. Good.
But potential is fun.
It is fun for 4 out of 5 players.
Okay, sorry, my PC had a bit of an aneurysm. What happened?
Okay, well if there's nothing else, I'll just push the plot forward next session and
Alright then.
put a Numamon in there and something that Taisto's afraid of. Maybe Taisto's afraid of Numamon, who knows?
Yes. That's perfect.
Seems legit.
Cool, well that's the end of the session. I think the after credits scenes, I caught myself before I sent the wrong round.
No! No! You weren't supposed to catch yourself! Damn you!
Was that a bingo, Scott?
Yes!
The after credits scene is a follow-up to last session's after credits scene, where they were radioing you for help and to no avail. We see we have like an above panned shot of Grey Canyon and what's inside. We see the big purple black virusy ball that we saw last time.
And this
we
time
see that the entire village has been leveled. We see that Gairomon is being dissolved by some miasmic goop virus thing, crawling away for his life. The statue is unharmed. It's got goop all over this invisible magic barrier around it, but it's not doing anything to the statue. The statue is the one thing that remains standing.
We did it! We saved the city!
Hooray!
And the last thing we see is Metal Greymon virus start to rise in the center of the orb, bringing the orb with it up out of the canyon and propel himself towards wherever the Digidestined are. And we cut to black.
This is fine.
I can deal with this. If you said in propels towards Icon City, I would have lost my shit.
And propels himself towards Icon City. No, I'm not that evil. I think he just wants revenge on you guys rather than on a bunch of random people he's never met.
Then he should hit us where it hurts.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know about Icon Village, really. like aside from you asking for some work to be done there.
That's good. That's good.
It's
Good
good that
thing
he
to
doesn't know your
skip it.
Achilles heel. But yeah, that's all to come. And now I also want a second. That was the mid-scene credits. There's an actual like end credits scene. We see the Sorcerymon brothers in the Dark Zone, deep within. There is a sort of caverny vibe going on. There's water dripping from the ceiling that's turned into icicles as it hits the ground and splashes upwards, making these little pretty ice flower looking things. The Sorcerymon are sat in a circle. They've drawn a large pentagram looking thing with digirunes inside. They're chanting computer code at each other. And the ring starts to glow, and out from one of the portals that opens comes a Crisp Heldramon's head that roars at the screen. And then we have the rest of the credits and the episode ends.
Wow.
Hopefully that's fine.
So this is fine.
Yeah.
Players intentionally escalate, Ellie suffers. I feel that is ticked.
Yeah, that's what I was writing right now.
I feel that is ticked.
Okay, so I want to see what Taisto managed to scratch off his card. So we've got sorry, what's going on? I'm assuming.
So the sorry, what's going on? Which I ticked because you were wondering what scene we were actually going to have next. Then there's Diamond's long-winded speech, which got ticked 3 times. There's supplementary content, which was ticked off once because I didn't keep up with all the rest of the memes. Set up for success fails twice. A moment of truth. Oh, there's which didn't get ticked because no Keramon. I'd like to move name, which got ticked once because I was an idiot. Everybody's here didn't get ticked because Logan wasn't here. Logan spins the situation wildly, didn't get ticked because he wasn't here. Fred, no, over all the issues with Fred in the beginning of the session. Elephant's great song pick, obviously picked. Somebody leaves early. Happened. I was great roleplay twice. There's intentionally escalate, Ellie suffers. I was.
No, that is ticked.
I mean,
No, I was. You didn't make your suffering known, so no, I didn't tick it.
I just want
We
to say,
didn't like.
technically, Pablo didn't leave early. He left bang on time because we usually finish.
No.
at 10.
No. He left earlier to go away and then came back
Oh, okay.
twice.
You
in
had
fact.
mic troubles, so.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
After seeing credits, which you ruined, I would have had an extra bingo if you just stuck to the script. And then technical difficulties.
I will also give you the oh ho ho because that's how I greeted Kagiaki when I joined the room. So
Technically.
you could potentially
It
mark
was
that
an
off. Yeah, because Kagiaki
It used
greeted
to
me
be
with
oh
oh
ho
ho ho,
ho.
and I greeted him with oh ho ho.
Oh, in that case, nice.
So yes, you can.
I'm not
cross
gonna edit
off.
that. I'm not gonna edit that because actually I am gonna edit that because it's not actually that big of a deal.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the session. I hope
Yeah.
anybody who tuned into the stream enjoyed the session. I've actually seen that someone did. Thanks for tuning in, Harley Rice. You may have not had an idea of what's going on, but I hope you enjoyed the show nonetheless. Cool. Well, I'll see you guys all next Thursday. When we do next session. Hopefully Sonya doesn't get consumed by evil and become a monster.
Hopefully.
I'll try to fix that.
Pressure. It's fine.
I'm
I'm doing my
wondering.
best.
I'm wondering if we can get everybody to ultimate before the final confrontation with the Ice Sorcerer.
Oh,
Remind me again.
it's
how
pretty
did,
perfect setup for Sonya to get her moment of truth.
Maybe. How do the alternate evolutions on the next levels work? Are those also moment of truths, or
What do you mean alternate evolutions on the next level? Sorry.
like level 5, 6, like them? Because we have one line and another line, right?
No, we have one alternate evolution for one
Just
stage.
one?
Yeah, just the one.
Yes.
So your
I
alternate
do
evolution
remember-
is Sleepmon, and there's nothing above or below that, unless you want to use like the unlock your final moment of truth. Perhaps something incredible will happen and do something with that to do with the alternate line. But yeah,
I do recall at first it being on the table that the alternate evolution could be triggered again potentially.
why could it be triggered again potentially, sir?
You said that potentially, maybe you could have it trigger again if you see it fit.
I didn't mean it that you could trigger a moment of truth again. I was meaning that you could evolve to the alternate form whenever you see fit, not that you could have a moment of truth whenever you see fit.
Yeah, right. It's fine if it's not a moment of truth, but you can still have an alternate line, or
No, I think it's just the one alternate, like.
that screws me over, man. My whole plan is in shambles now. Gee.
You're gonna have to ration those moment of truths out and use them wisely.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not really worried about that, I guess. Oh.
It's not like I'm like, listen, right? I'm not gonna give you 8 moment of truths, right?
No. It's...
In the base game, you get 1 moment of truth. Okay, I'm giving you like 4.
Really? You get one moment of truth in masks.
In Masks, you get 1 moment of truth, and then you can re-unlock your moment of truth with one of the advancements later on. But it's like really late
so
game.
2.
So you technically get 2, yeah. But it's the same moment of truth again.
Oh Jesus! Like I mentioned that I'm writing my own version. I'm planning to give. I am actually planning to give like 8 moments of truth or something.
Yeah, because moment of truths are like one of the best things about the system.
Yeah,
they're so fun.
They're easily the best thing. But I'm doing it a bit differently. I'm doing it like there's obviously the main moments of truth, and then I'm giving like the current plot has them search the code crowns of 7 sins, or one of the plots it involves, and then I'm gonna give them like, oh here you're prideful now, and when they eventually beat that, they can get a moment of truth and get an alternate evolution from that,
right?
And stuff like that.
That's kind of cool. I like that. I'm like, this is again, like, even though we've been going on for 2 seasons now, and it's a really fun game. It originally started as a playtest, and there are a lot of things I'm still wanting to edit and change. I'm just trying to save the edits for like after arcs have completed, if I am going to make them. I don't really want to touch moment of truths while you're playing, just because then it changes how the entire system sort of works. But there is sweeping changes that I do want to make to moment of truths when I actually do like write it all up and publish it somewhere, I guess.
Oh, one thing. I mentioned that my actually alternate moment of truth plan changed with the last session.
Yeah.
And I was kinda hoping that maybe I'd have a chance to squeeze something in this session, but it didn't happen. There was like nothing there, so
yeah, I was kind of leaving it
I'm actually
really open to either you or Pablo taking a moment of truth, but
yeah.
Pablo
Yeah, I was actually gonna do it. Like I was trying to set it up in just in case, but I would have actually just taken my ultimate moment of truth instead, like at this point, and not the alternate, because the themes of the session didn't fit the other one.
Yeah.
But so now, I asked you guys before, but I'm gonna ask you, what do you think my alternate evolution would have been if I'd gone with that?
Oh, Black
I'm now
King
officially
phenomenon.
scrapping it.
You've already told me, so I won't say anything.
I've told you, but these guys actually didn't guess.
Black King phenomenon.
Wait, the alternate is Black
Alright.
Guilmon.
Black King Numemon.
Oh, Black King Numa, I voiced of Black Guilmon. I was like, you got an alternate rookie, that's kind of cool.
No, it wouldn't have been that. Listen, what is my
Okay,
alternate
it wouldn't be the
evolution?
Digimon, but will be the Numon.
Oh, I don't know. Skull Knight Man. Why not?
You're wrong.
It's my partner.
Yes, it would have been Asuramon. But
I assure you, it will all be fine.
Azuramon's my partner, though.
I assure you, it will all be fine.
You're banned.
Alright, so
You can't have mine.
I'm having my moment of truth, and then there's and then you see like I had what I had in my mind as it was an image of like some kind of a big Digimon, big powerful Digimon, like overbearing Mistymon.
I actually got an idea for how we can have alternate evolutions happen more than once.
How?
Shared moment of truth.
What, sorry?
Someone uses the legal alternate evolution moment of truth, and someone else shares that moment of truth with them, and they both evolve.
I mean, that could technically work if someone doesn't mind sharing them. It's just usually the moment of truth is focused on the growth of an individual character rather than the growth of the team as a whole.
Yes, but the alternate evolution requires another person, so it can actually work.
It doesn't technically require another person, it requires you to embody the power of another crest. That's why Sonya had darkness, even though no one was there to give her darkness.
Yeah.
And why, like, I don't know.
But yeah, since Elephant wanted another one,
I don't need the moments of truth, really. I just wanted the alternate line.
yeah,
That's the
so
cool bit.
I don't mind sharing my alternate evolution, though it is going to be late game, so if you didn't want a perfect one, I don't think it works.
I mean, I'm fine with you, like, evolving the alternate line if it makes sense for the situation and it's really thematic and cool.
Yes, of
But
course.
it wouldn't be like about the truth, and it wouldn't be just a thing like, oh, I'm going to evolve to my alternate line now. And I just go,
No,
that's
don't
fine.
worry about
Like,
this.
Yeah,
It's just fitting thematically because, you know, light and darkness and all of this, and
yeah.
the big boy is getting back to its form and stuff. It would be weird if late game it would just be Sleepmon again.
Yeah.
Haha. Behold.
Wait, now we can evolve them? Oh man.
Oh man.
But only if it's thematic and cool and, like, it's not just a bullshit, like, yeah, I totally evolve right now, and, you know, it doesn't have any premise behind it. Like, it's got to be premise.
What if it starts from? What if it starts that my alternate evolution is like for the ultimate form? Do I then need to like make pre-evolved versions of that as well?
Lord knows. I would assume that the alternate evolution comes from your current champion if you did that.
No, ultimate as in actually ultimate and not perfect.
You mean like mega?
The actual
ultimate?
Q.
The one
Q-Kyoktai.
that should be called Ultra but isn't. Yeah, that one.
Q-Kyoktai.
Yeah, so if you do that, it's just branching from your regular ultimate level, perfect ultimate level.
But then that means that the others get more of them. More Digimon.
They're not getting more moments
It's
of
fine, I
truth,
don't care.
though. It's
I
just-
don't care.
It's just
Yeah,
random
but they get more Digimon. That's what we're here for. We're here for the
just for
Digimon, not the moments of
flavor.
truth.
It's for flavour, if
No.
anything, and I don't want to actually have the new evolutions overshadow anything or anything. So like, it's literally just like if it comes up, if it's cool, if everyone thinks it'd be meant for it to happen, then fair
Yeah,
enough.
in my case it's
But it
because I
probably
built
won't
that up.
happen. It's the
I built
premise.
that up in the base design of the character and all this, so it would be a bit weird.
Yeah. But yeah, Azuremon's banned. What? He said that.
Well, I mean, I'm not going with that anymore, so, you know.
I mean, if you pick Azuremon, your alternate line has to be Madoki Betamon, Mushamon.
No.
No.
And the main villain of the series?
Ho ho ho.
No, it's Mushamon, Azuremon, Agumon. That's
Oh!
what
Right, now I remember. Yeah.
Allegory human.
It's definitely Majiramon who's in charge of Caravan. He has green arms, right?
No? Does he?
I'm pretty sure he does.
I thought it was Bancho Numemon.
Oh yeah, Majima, yeah.
It's Omega Numamon at this point. I mean,
Okay, but imagine Ojama Numemon.
Ojama Numamon.
A what?
Ojama Numemon. It's like Ojama King, but with the face of Numemon.
Tono-sama Numemon.
Do you want
His
to?
greatness, but green.
Do you want to see the true final villain of the series, guys?
Go.
You'll be facing off against this masterpiece if it lets me paste it.
I also love how weird the text chat is without the context of the voice chat.
So I want to.
Yeah,
I want to
this-
see behind the
Randomly,
curtain.
Ojama King dancing.
That's disturbing even with context.
I love his eyes, they're just there.
Yes.
The model is so broken.
Oh man.
Why isn't it like we send a screenshot? How is that too big? Right, okay, there we go. This is the final villain.
Yeah.
Oh no! Such brilliance! How do we take it down?
Now
Fun
can
fact,
we
by the
kick its
way,
crush?
I'm not gonna lie, it's
it
one of
doesn't have a
the
tongue.
it's one of the coolest fan mums I've ever seen, and I really just want to make it canon. It's that cool.
Okay, but I do want to point out it has a ball sack.
Yes, it does.
Is that a ball sack, or is that just like a
Yes, it
massive
is.
like?
No, that's a ball sack.
I mean, it could be another tongue, but frankly,
It even looks like one.
It is a scrotum, and I hate to tell you this.
It
What?
straight up
I
looks
didn't think
like
that
one.
was I thought that was like a massive tongue, which it is, and then you got Sukamon on one arm, you got Chumon on the other, you got Black King Numamon as the center,
But behind, no, but
and then behind it
no,
is the
behind it.
shell of the Black King Numamon,
hmm,
No,
I'm
that's
pretty sure
just
that's
scrotum.
platinum.
or Platinum Numamon, or whatever it is. You got a big shell on its back because it's
Like
a
it's
Numamon.
silver. It even has the golden wings of the platinum.
I mean, if
It's
it makes you
definitely-
feel better, then yes, it is a shell.
Itself, his former self. Omnimon really let himself go.
For anyone still watching the stream that doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm
Don't
just
worry
gonna
about it.
post the picture. Oh, actually, it's up,
Oh,
on the,
you-
it's up on the screen anyway.
You
I
poor
see
souls. You poor souls, you. Almost got away.
Suddenly, Digimon Vortex got cancelled officially by YouTube.
But yeah, anyway, I've got to get off now, guys. So I will catch you all next week and in the chat.
Until next time, folks!
Catch us next time on the next episode of Digimon Digital Vortex. I mean,
Eat
Same
it.
bad time, same
Digimon
bad
Vortex.
channel.
Alright, see you guys.
Bye bye. Bye.